into
Yeah, I think we're good now. Hello, everyone's going.
Qmon is going to hold the fort here to make sure that both Owner
whatever, it's fine.
and Doran are kept out of the fight. And
Appreciate
there's
it.
also the constant threat here of BB.
Yeah, so basically, folks, Sam and I have had to like remove our setup on the fly. And we should be good now, I think. I think we should be good. Okay, alright, I think we're good to go. So I basically set up my stream at about 15 minutes from assets. I think we're good now. Appreciate everyone for tuning in again. I think we're good.
Nothing to do with this. He hides and seeks so well, whereas it's Doran who ends up getting.
Okay, hello everyone. How's it going? Let me get stream.
These two traps. Pays repositioned that trap line, which got rid of the gateway, and immediately G2 go, hang on a second, this Olaf is no longer safe. They turn tail onto Doran. He's forced to run, and it's from this position now where
okay, so that's like that. This is fine. Okay, this is fine. I think we're good now.
And it's the rest of this play where BB
hello everyone. Hello, hello. How's it going? Hype for my GOAT stream, appreciate you. Oh, it felt very, very cool to see BLG beat both T1 and HLE, especially after all the crap that we've been getting as LPL analysts.
But either way, BB manages to get into position for this fight, and it's here.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a step away from the stream real quick, just because I just want to make sure I'm just like everything else is okay and people don't need me for anything. So 1 second, folks.
Needs to get that flash, because when Skewmon goes down, we get Caps repositioning up into this area, because he can then threaten on towards Carry and Pays. And keep your eyes on Broken Blade. He dives in onto Pays, the flash, the E, the bear trap on the rope. It's man down for T1, and G2 know from this position, they stop the soul, they turn the game, and it's that fight right there that wins it for G2.
And I think it was one of the best Western performances we've had from any top laner ever from Broken Blade. This guy was an absolute monster. And G2, you have to give them their flowers. I think a lot of teams throughout this event have felt like they're in there with a chance at the team fight, but they can't execute against the best teams in the world when it actually comes to the 5v5. G2 was able to do it 3 times against T1 and get it across the finish line.
And what's amazing is when you think of G2 and when you think of their peak at international tournaments, it was that element of surprise. The fact that they were bringing stuff onto the table that no other team could plan. They went back to this with the counter picks that they had, but also the discipline that they had on the Rift, for me, is what created the surprise against T1. And you know what else was surprise here? Inspired. Never would he ever have hoped that G2 would make it here. So turns out maybe he thinks he's getting an easier opponent here today. That's the worst prediction I've seen.
I mean, definitely, he was surprised. So was Zeka. We had multiple interviews from pro players saying, yeah, we're expecting it to be T1 coming through, because it had been 7 years since G2 took down T1 in a best of 5. So I think it is a reasonable expectation, but that is the beauty of G2, is that they have been able to step up historically in these big moments. And this year, 3 best of 5 wins against the LCK is incredible.
Yeah, and here he is on today's match facing G2. It'll be a really fun game. Just an ego battle for both teams. I wish I could underline that with the yellow marker we have, because I ran, when we had Caps on the desk, I wanted to ask him, okay, how did those G2 Lion scrims go? And he's like, oh man, there were a lot of remakes, they were kind of crazy. So I feel like it is absolutely an ego battle, and we could see a world where both of these teams are just constantly just bashing their heads against each other, and which is entertaining to me. I love that.
That's the thing, like, preparation is one thing. For me, when I think about these two teams, is how much ego is gonna come in the way, and how is that gonna manifest onto the Rift.
It's gonna be fun. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see that matchup between Inspired and Skewmon. I think that's going to be such a focus, but you've got matchups across the board that look absolutely insane. It seems like everyone, like top to bottom, wants to try an ego here.
You know, we heard it from Inspired. I want to check it what Dokla thought about the matchup against G2 here.
Hey, hello everyone, hello everyone. Did I press go live on this thing? Oh, I did. Hello, hello.
That's my go.
Where's the shirt?
안녕하세요. 여기 도클입니다. Today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. Your full-time vlogger has a big match today.
Yeah, sure. I think things will be louder today, by the way, because I think I don't know why it is back home, like in the regular setup, but we just don't get the volume on
the line here
without it peaking.
So huge implications, and the toxicity is going to be off the charts after this match. I can just feel.
Oh, Sam did give me a question.
I feel like he hit everything there. First of all, his Korean is improving. Second of all,
you're 100% correct about Lyon making it to the finals. Well, you weren't correct about Lyon beating BLG or Furia beating T1, so the hit rate's going down a little bit, Dio.
Also, the toxicity will be off the charts, I think is accurate.
Yeah, we know it.
This guy right here.
Blasting against Shelly at the end of the line as well.
That's my boy.
We've heard it from Lyon and Inspired and Dokla. I want to know what our boys think, actually, as we've heard from Skumon and Caps in the Verizon Game Day interview. Let's check it out.
Now going up against your next opponent, and that is Lyon. And of course, I know that there's been formidable opponents in the past, but this one has a special flair because of being
I'm typing on a Hopper GX in the background, and it does actually do keylogger sounds, which is actually kind of funny.
I mean, definitely going to be like a super hype matchup, as you mentioned. I mean, last time I've actually faced Inspired, we got 3-0'd in the MSI, and I do believe, even though like people might see us as like the favorites because we won against T1, I think this match is going to be like really contested as well. So I think they are like a really strong team, so we'll have to do our best to just like keep winning, obviously. And yeah, I mean, for me, it's like going to be a good time to take my revenge from the last MSI.
Okay, can you give some more hope to the EU fans? They're waiting. It would be such a G2 thing to beat T1 and not Lyon.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, like I agree with you. So, I mean, for sure, like we'll do our best to just keep being, I guess, having a good form, right? And yeah, I just hope that we'll go as far as possible because I do believe we have a good chance at this MSI. I mean, we've already shown it, but the goal is to like stay consistent and yeah, do our best.
Yeah, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Right.
Do you have any strong feelings about going up against Inspired? He's kind of become, I think, one of the frontrunners, one of the poster childs for like NA as a whole. Do you have any special feelings on that matchup and going kind of against him? I know it's not a direct role, but I'm curious if you give any special thought to going up against him.
I mean, for sure, yeah. I mean, I think we obviously went up against FlyQuest a lot with Inspired as well, and I think now going up against Lyon with Inspired is definitely very exciting.
Excited for this matchup? Yeah, like absolutely excited for this matchup. Yeah.
I remember in the past we were playing.
I think that G2 have a really good chance of making it through here. I think that Lyon are quite good objective setup team. I think they're quite a good objective setup team, but I don't think they're very fast.
Let's see how it goes.
I don't think they're very fast at all.
You know, that
I think they can be
feeling it usually when he
quite slow.
like this, because that is very unlike him.
You know what it reminds me of? A little match between G2 and NRG where they were
how's everyone doing? How are things? Yeah, Sam and I are at the G2 office today, so yeah. Hi, I'm the guy who did the stream react video. Would you like me to use your reactions moving forward? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's completely fine. As long as you include a link to the stream, I'm completely okay with using anything. I kind of been slipping up on individual reaction stuff anyway, so that's completely fine. That's completely fine. And if you want to take this clip as proof of that, that's also okay too. If you want to reach out for just stuff in written proof, that's okay as well. I don't know what you need, but yes, that's completely okay with me.
For once, they're back. The bet is finally paying off.
Yeah, so we always stream LPL, so when LPL is on, we'll always get reactions from that. International events, obviously, it's depending on co-streaming rights, but we've gotten all co-stream rights since Worlds last year, so we're pretty likely to have.
Now T1 we've taken off.
What is this? The stars are, what's the other star? The H.
Feels like we're getting that
for the whole constellation, baby. Wait, hang on. Why T1's in the background? Why are they the 6 T1 stars or what?
After getting stomped by Hanwha Life,
prediction for today, I actually said G2 3-0. I actually said G2 3-0. Yeah, and I'm fairly happy with that, I think. Fairly happy with that.
From what was, I think, a very shocking and demoralizing loss for them. Like, credit to the players and to G2 coaching staff for the mental preparation.
Right, I have a coffee, I have a Red Bull, I have a croissant.
Preparation they had for T1.
Yeah, I knew you're a real one, Emily. Thank you.
Absolutely agree, but I think this draft, you know, it's going to be so big.
Oh, draft is going to be huge. The thing is, I just think, obviously BB's doing great. I don't think Dokla is going to, I don't think Dokla is going to be able to nullify. I think the problem for Dokla for me is that if he picks carries, I don't think they're going to be that valuable, so I think that BB can escape on tank matchups, but I think the big thing is that BB, if they just give BB counterpick, it'll work well. Now, one of the things about BB that I've criticized before was that he would use these silver bullet counterpicks. We'd have the Warwick into the Ambassador, he'd have whatever, the TF top, the Yasuo in other games as well hasn't looked very good. However, I don't think they work very well. However, at this event, I think that he's managed to take those silver bullets and become a lot more clinical with them. He understands how to actually turn it into game-winning scenarios in a way which he didn't necessarily earlier in the event versus actually because the laning phase versus Zeus was just too hard. And then, of course, even reach.
I was talking to Zeus yesterday,
Yeah, I have
this top lane
yes, I
matchup
have
that we're
I
gonna
have
today,
the
and he was saying,
Red
I
Bull
don't think they have
on.
more in
Because
the
G2 have just like a ton of Red Bull
BB,
around, so I get very
he
careful
did not
with
even
it.
mention Dokla, but that's another topic. But he doesn't think that they can bring more to the Rift. Would you agree on this?
No, I
But
don't
yeah,
agree at
folks,
all.
if you're in
Just
Berlin
look at the
or around
list
the
of
Berlin
champions that
area,
they've actually played, right?
come to the G2 office.
I think that these are players that are always
come to the G2 office, and we're gonna be here for the next few days. We'll be streaming on location. And I think on finals day we're gonna like host a quiz and everything. Got a quiz. Yeah, we got some ideas. EU often overperform versus Korea, but underperform versus NA for scary matchup. Now normally I'd say that, but I think that G2 have really locked in now. I think they've really locked in. Circle's the Bright Lights merchant, but I would argue that apps, BB are more Bright Lights merchants. Thanks.
What do you think is going to come
G2 are the Western Bright Lights merchants team on the whole.
When it comes to these stages of
I don't think anyone else competes with them for that. Whereas Lyon failed versus, you know, they failed versus
what are we feeling here?
Actually, versus BLG pretty hard, but they also failed at first stand as well. How my pick'ems? My pick'ems aren't. You know what? I actually haven't checked my pick'ems.
Willing to bring out the Lee Sin, willing to play for those early games. But when I look at that support matchup, Lebrov has been everywhere.
I need to log in again. One sec.
Key focus, the mainstay for G2, the most consistent player, and if he can control the early game like he did against T1, I think that's where we have
get my because I'm signing in on UPC. I gotta make sure that I get like my.
You know what I want to know? I want to bring another EU resident. I want to bring another EU defender.
I gotta hey, they got Cadra. Let's go. Mark's on site.
You can't do that here. You
can't hear him.
So handsome on the analyst desk like that.
Guys, they've muted him. They've muted the rat.
It's great to be
Oh, there
back
we
on.
go.
It's been
Cool.
forever. I think the last time I was here was a couple years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Wait, I'm in the top
obviously
5% on my
being very biased
pick'ems.
to
Let's
G2,
go.
So I predicted my 3-0 scoreline. I don't know if you 3-0.
Wait, so I predicted the BLG. I predicted first round completely.
I don't remember actually.
And then I didn't predict the lower bracket. I thought the Secret Worlds would. I thought that. Yeah, I did. I thought that Secret Worlds would make it through to like lower bracket finals. But I got the upper bracket, and I also got BLG beating Italy. Basically, I bet on BLG, and this worked pretty well. Where are you today? We're in the G2 office. We're in the G2
I
office.
also want to know what the fans
In the
think
G2 office.
in the Mastercard fan prediction. I hope it's what I think is going to be, and very EU favored here.
Yeah.
20%.
It's cool. They got casual on stream though. It's cool as heck.
It's another EU win.
Easy. Time zone diff. It's 4 a.m. on the East Coast.
I'm up at 4 a.m. getting my ice bath.
What's with the cap? I think he does look just good in the cap. I don't know him. I don't really follow Cadral. Has he got a bad haircut? Someone's saying he's got a bad haircut. Are you kidding me?
Crazy,
James, I'm a big fan of the games. If I was on the Camille and Pike, I know where the game's going.
We're keeping him off the Camille and Pike.
James is gonna have his number.
I hope so.
Wait, I hear we have
Goes the middle of the night in NA. Oh, cheap excuses. Cheap excuses. What can I say?
Let's get it here.
Oh, wait, Dracos predicted 5-0.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, what?
Wait, look at the 3-0s, man.
Wait, we have more. We have more.
Wait, we shouldn't do that. Whoa, hey, cut the tape.
Oh my god, they got Initialise and Nymaera on there. Oh my god, look at them.
This is gonna age. This is gonna age.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Are we going into the end? Okay, hang on.
Okay, never mind. We're safe.
Is LC next slide? Huh? Excuse me? Hey, they got us on stream, folks. Let's go.
See next slide.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Dracos 5-0? That's fucking great. That's funny as hell. Even Emily Rand is on there, like 3-2. Oh my god.
I think if it could be 5-0, I would put 5-0.
That's funny as hell.
Like,
just know
no
that
chance.
everything rests on this.
Yeah.
Everything. This is the best team in NA versus the best team in EU.
Okay.
This will live among history for years to come. This is the defining series of who's better.
Is the title from yesterday? Oh, poo. Yeah, sorry, the title is from yesterday, my bad.
If G2 lose, they choked.
Give me a real prediction. Give me a real prediction.
They had bad drafts and they choked a little bit.
Okay.
Emily, what do you have?
I'm just going to go through mine because I feel like
updated now, thanks for that.
Public trader. However, this is an analytical prediction. I think this has potential to be an absolute bloodbath because these two teams are demons against each other. And that's why I said 3-2. But I do give the edge to G2 in team fights and team fights.
Despicable. I'm
She
surrounded
doesn't even believe in you.
G2
members. Do you think G2 are going to win through team fights and team fight setups? What else does Lyon have? They only have team fights and team fight setups. It's the only thing they do.
Powered by AWS this morning. Guess who's number 2 in the world, baby?
Holy shit, you're kidding me.
Taking Hanwha.
Yo, what?
Get top 2. They're not even top 10.
don't see Lyon.
Thanks, Ian.
Wait, is that the second seed from Europe at 7?
Yeah. That's
Wait, KC's at 7? How?
Apparently that's still the 7th best in the world. No, they must have choked. They must have choked.
There's no TL, there's no line, there's no NA at all to speak of in the top 10 in the world.
I see Deficio, missed that guy. Yeah, Deficio was the GOAT, man. Deficio was great.
By a bunch of ridiculousness. You guys are just predicting purely off emotion.
Yeah, I think that like people like Crepo and Deficio were so good at the job.
Some facts into it.
Yeah, you have another slide.
This thing out. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I need to
I want the first slide. So I'm just going to give you some facts. I'm just going to lay it out. G2, 0-3 versus FlyQuest last year at MSI. Who was on that team? Inspired. He 3-0'd them, and it was easy too. And this guy watched, and he probably cried a little bit afterwards. Let's bring up the next point here. Some more facts for you, if that wasn't enough.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Completely fraudulent power. Completely fraudulent power.
Okay, that's funny as hell.
Lyon, extremely hard.
That's funny as hell.
Let's expand on that. Let's expand on that.
Actually, I suppose it would be hard for you. If G2 had that point, it'd probably be easier.
G2, 0 wins versus #1 seeds. Interesting how they just slipped by in the bracket. Very, very curious. Lyon, 6 wins versus #1 seeds.
Yeah, #1 seeds from Brazil and APAC as well.
We 3-0'd the team that 3-1'd top.
Dude, only a world champion can teach you this kind of actual copium. This is ridiculous.
G2, they call it G2 because they can only scrape up 2 LCS titles from their entire roster.
Are you kidding me?
Lyon has 18 LCS titles.
Caps has 17 by himself. What are you on
about? That region B? They can only get 2 in NA. G2.
Easy storm for G2. I predicted that. I predicted that.
Not once. He's never been knocked out of MSI. Not a single time. Caps, 0 wins versus Faker, and Inspired.
Faker, right.
Versus Faker.
You would have Inspired.
That was very well delivered. I like that. Very good delivery.
Very much.
Where's the MSI title?
He sold. In fairness, he sold it. He sold it.
Against your GOAT. Let's compare against the GOAT. He doesn't have a single win versus Caps. Well, Inspired has actually beat Caps 10 times.
He's done the research. I mean, sadly, he's got the numbers.
Which cherries are we picking from these? Like, which tree are we picking these cherries from?
The most delicious cherries.
I can't tell if I'm being gaslit or lied to. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Being gaslit is being lied to, Cadril.
Wait, he brought footage?
Roll the clip.
What is this? What is it? What's with like the Windows Movie Maker transition? Huh?
It's good to have a stroll down memory lane.
That's all you have. The past. That's everything you hold on to.
Living in the past.
We got 9 and 1.
You leave my GOAT Windows Movie Maker alone. I'm just saying. Actually, I dated.
Recently, we're worlds. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna put another ad break on just so we don't get it in draft. I'm gonna put another quick one on there.
Peaks in the middle of the
year.
Oh
yeah, when the teams are worse and they progressively get better through the year. That's
so 1 second, folks.
Exactly when the teams are worse, buddy. That's why we 3-0'd you last time.
There we go. Yeah, with how many European players did it take the 3 hours with?
Bro, you 3-0'd
The weather in LA is beautiful this time of year. What can I say?
3-0'd us and couldn't even stick together as a team.
I'll take you around. We'll go to the beach.
We'll be taking more of your NA players, buddy.
Wow.
If Dokla pops off today, well, welcome to the LEC.
I like that you guys are realizing where the real talent is. Your top 3 teams, all led by NA.
Where are they?
We got Jojo Pion, the true star.
Is he in this
We got Busio, the true
Wait,
star.
sorry.
And we got the mastermind.
So you're telling me the team without the NA imports is performing the best?
Dylan's performing. Oh my god, Dylan is an import. That's funny as heck. Hey, Flap, how's it going? Yeah, we got the stickers printed off, Flap. I'll try and get them on stream.
Yeah, Broken Blade, we just didn't play
Yeah, we got this. Hi, my main is.
To me, I really feel like my main just viewing point is Caps. Like, I feel like you get a feel for Caps in the first couple minutes of the game. Against Hammerlife, you could see something was
cutting stickers, chat. That's what I've been doing.
I think the gloss is actually not. We need like a whiteboard marker for it. Yeah.
Caps, how is he going to do in the first game in the first 10 minutes?
Yeah, we printed off like 120 or so that'll be useful for like the next couple of days.
Bro, this guy.
I don't need belief. I know we're going to win.
How do you get the sticker back off of this?
I know we got a 3-0.
I think the only people who need the
just
here
the
are
peeling
going to
is
be the
painful
NA
as heck,
fans.
yeah.
If they're even up, it's the middle of the night for you guys. I think you're not even going to be watching this. You're going to wake up. It's going to be over.
Yeah, I think NA just go to bed. Just wait for the horror story to be over. It's just a dream. It's just a nightmare, you know.
Get your memes ready. Get your t-shirts ready. Get whatever. Social media is going to be an absolute fire here at the end of today because it is one best of 5.
There we go. I've got my my main is
one best of 5 for either other region.
Brothers bought the G2 shirts, and there's no BLG jersey under it this time. Look, there's no BLG jersey. Just be safe, okay? Just be calm. Be calm.
Or swim
there is no BLG jersey under the shirt today.
It's time for the lower bracket semifinals with Lyon Gaming versus G2 Esports. Let's hit it.
Sam will come in a second. I actually don't know what Sam's doing. What is Sam doing? What is Sam doing? It was really cool for him to get casual there, though. He's such a class act on broadcast. Very good broadcaster. It's very naturally charismatic. No one knows what Sam is doing? Well, you know, gotta give him his, you know, enrichment time outside of the enclosure. The BLG jersey is for Sunday. It is, and I'm making no, like, excuses for that.
Where we can compete internationally. It's very
in the G2 HQ? Yep, we're in the G2 HQ. Yep.
You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel.
이제 새로운 팀과 함께 도클라는 모두가 불가능하다고 여겼던 일을 해냈습니다.
I gotta take a picture.
When you dedicate so much of your life to just a single aspect of it, you want to do well in it and you want to be considered best in the world, this is what you play for.
도클라에게는 더 높은 곳으로 더 나아갈 기회가 남아 있습니다. 하지만 그 앞을 가로막은 건 그의 오랜 친구입니다.
I think that Dokla has cut up many haters, just the same way that I did. I have nothing but respect for him.
I really enjoy every time I come internationally to see Broken Blade. We were teammates at one point on TSM way back in 2020. I'm really proud of how far he's come.
For me, Dokla is an opponent that I will try my hardest against because that's the only thing he deserves.
한때 같은 팀이었던 두 선수, 이번 MSI에서 각자 역사를 써 내려가고 있습니다.
G2 had a really good year so far. They're going to be a really tough opponent.
When we're in the game, it feels like family, you know? We move together, there's no one left behind. So I have full trust in my teammates when they want to take the fight, that we're going to win the fight.
Dokla's an inspiring story. Yeah, Dokla is one of my favorite players. Legitimately, like, memes aside, Dokla is one of my favorite players. I think this guy is so inspirational in terms of how he has, like, bounced back from defeats. And like horrid kind of career decisions made against him, right? Where he's been like dropped from rosters unexpectedly. BB's not in a dissimilar spot, right? Where BB's had like his time on TSM and he's had his time on G2, obviously, but you know, obviously on Schalke for points before that. But BB has, look, that win versus T1, that is like the ultimate crowning glory. I'm never gonna doubt BB again, ever. If he wants to play silver bullets and shit, power to him, power to him. You know, I know it's versus a struggling Doran, but power to him. How's volumes, folks? I can vaguely check them on OBS, but just let me know how things are. I think they're okay. Oh, also I have the second scene set up so I can like go to replays again if we need to.
Welcome everyone to the
BB Smurfing was on TSM? Yeah, internationally wasn't though. Let you know when you get cast, this is cool. Cool. Yeah, because one of the last things that was said on the last stream was that our audio balance is a bit rough, so I'm gonna try and sort that. I clearly hear you in the stream. Perfect, that's what we want. That's what we want.
In the history of the sport.
First pick Vayne for BB in game 1. His Vayne was so good in late game team fights versus T1. Where are you? We're in G2's HQ. We're in G2's HQ.
I don't want to discredit the finals, but this is our finals.
We've got stickers and everything.
This is our finals.
It's so rare that we get the #1 seed from the
number
LCS
1 seed from both regions is crazy,
with the chance
actually.
to eliminate each other. Last year, yes, FlyQuest did beat G2. That was the #2 seed, so we're being a little technical here. But the last time this has happened was 2019. Time before that was 2013. This is only the 3rd time in history the #1 seed of each region has played in the elimination series.
Wow,
against
that's
each
crazy.
Other.
Only the 3rd time? That's actually such a crazy that's actually such a crazy like stat to say, because NAE should have been like a hallmark across league history. So the seed 1 should have played off so much.
This is the definitive series. You heard it from Cage, you heard it from just about everyone. Do or die. This is the series.
No excuses. What came before ceases to have relevance. So I see how you're
Miles
already looking past
what?
KC losing to TL3-0.
Today I'm feeling Lyon.
I understand why you want to do that.
Today I feel Belgium.
He's like, this is the one that matters because we lost the one earlier in the tournament already. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, TL destroyed KC, but you know, G2 are a different beast, man. G2 are a different beast.
What's your record against T1? Should we check? Do we want to look into that?
You know,
could do with it going down a little. You mean in-game volume? Oh yeah, I see it now.
I'm hoping that we have a good, clean game out there on the Rift.
This is actually anxiety.
What a cast this game? Yeah, they got the TriCast set now.
is just talk about how great G2 is.
Okay, I'm gonna leave volume around about there. I think this will be fine. Crowd is depressing. Well, it's a Korean crowd and there's no Korean team playing.
I feel like if this
is the problem in both like Korea and China when the home team doesn't win. You get way less people watching, which is just the way it is.
Okay, but you're not going to rug pull me and say the Eastern team is top esports when you're talking about G2, right?
Why are we even talking about the East? G2 are the greatest Western team of all time.
They are. I mean, as an org, they are. Is it this roster? That's a little bit more of a question, right? Okay, into draft. Let's get Sam in here. What the hell's Sam? Let me go get Sam.
Lyon are also a good team. Let's not count the the chickens before they hatch.
Tell me why Lyon is good.
It's going to be a banger. Saint very good mechanically, as
Wait,
is
what the hell's
Berserker. Inspired, look, took down Skewmont. Well, at MSI last year, Worlds we kind of gloss over, given that FlyQuest was falling apart, but that's a different story for a different time. As we get to picks and bans, Big Eyes are naturally going to be shifting towards the top side of the map because Broken Blade and his counter picks were the center of the story around G2 upsetting T1 in that series.
And their draft plan in the T1 series, I think, was exceptional.
I'm not gonna lie, I have zero clue where Sam is, so he'll just turn up when he turns up. So we'll go on without him for now.
They keep the Jace ban for Dokla, who's good at Jace, but I will be
let's lock
curious
in.
to see how that stays consistent throughout the match.
Are they going to leave Orianna up?
Oh, so, where have you been, buddy?
For
like 20 minutes.
They're hesitating quite a while.
I did a little coffee and all the rest of it.
You've got a person from Germany, Portugal, and China in the crowd. Give them an hour. Oh, that'd be fun. So funny. All right. Well, I hope they can bring the noise.
I think Saint just goes Cassio. It's a matchup that they've been pretty willing to take against other teams.
Okay. Well, Sam, let's lock in, I guess.
Back from NA Finals when they did that against
you don't have your headphones on. Can you hear stuff?
Well, I've got headphones lined up.
And it's actually ignored.
I thought you were gonna. I thought you had headphones to plug into this. That's why you brought your headphones for this.
Those were.
They're putting
okay, whatever. It's fine. Cool. Well, I don't know what you're gonna do with that then, Sam, because I don't have that set up.
That's fine.
Because Sam brought his headphones and now doesn't have headphones to use.
I brought the ones that from G2, but I don't have
the first round of bans is kind of crazy, actually. Didn't expect that at all.
With the champion as well, so. Nice little
would you say the meta at this tournament is the best Fearless ever looked? Strategic depth as it's rough. The teams here sell it. I actually don't know what to do in terms of headphones. I actually don't know.
I thought we were going through your laptop.
I thought you brought your headphones for this.
That I brought back.
I didn't know if you can use them here. Okay, well,
because that's
we're gonna have to sort that out between games.
But then that won't work.
Okay, I'll have to set that up like while we're in games.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Ezreal is really good into Jarvan, obviously. This also means. So now the thing is, G2 are. G2 actually might be able to go Rise. Even they don't want to let Saint have Rise now because they don't want to pick Anivia versus Rise plus Ezreal. That's kind of bad. Hi, I know you personally would love to be on the right broadcast, but I say I love you on LFN. Thank you so much, Wookie Man. I really appreciate that. I really enjoy working with them. We put out some really good content. I enjoy them a lot. Yes, Sam got a haircut. Looks pretty cool, right?
Thank you. Yeah, it needed doing, is the honest answer.
But yeah, I do think that the strategic depth of this tournament has been really cool. I think that people shouldn't shy away from Major's bot lane. Yeah, I think they're too strong right now. Hey, thank you so much, Parky, for the gift subs.
Hey,
yeah, I think that Major's bot. Wait, hang on, Anivia and Orianna.
Okay.
So they want the flex between top lane support for the Anivia, and you know what I was talking about, like the Rise Gambit, I suppose. Well, I guess that doesn't matter now. What this means is that in future drafts, the Rise has like 2 less super powerful champions against it gone in the Orianna and the Anivia. Very surprised to see both of them gone. Orianna's pretty good versus Ezreal Karma, weirdly. Ezreal, even at Q range, can struggle against Shockwave.
You now have this Orianna that's going to be tough to contend with in terms of competition.
Anivia support, probably, it can absolutely be flexed top, particularly with Rumble unbanned. Particularly with, if Rumble goes top, really struggles into that.
Making his job that much harder.
And they're kind of daring G2 to play a mage bottom
lane. You plug that into audience face or into there, maybe?
Composition. Like Anivia Orianna is already a lot of magic damage. They have to play an 80 bot lane. Back when we were in the
that means I can't hit through this.
Meta, I'd say.
Can you not hear now?
I can't hit through that now. No, it's going through that now.
That was the king combo.
Do you have any way to go through your own audio? Oh, I don't know.
No, because it'll be a separate audio app, right?
How did we do it last time? Didn't you put your own headphone track?
Very comfortable. First 3 picks for Lyon here in this game 1.
I think I thought my memory was using these. That was
bottom lane. They already have so much AP.
That wasn't what we did last time. No, we didn't do that last time. We used like your headphone jack, like your aux jack.
Yeah, I guess I probably have my other headphone. Okay,
yeah, okay. Alright, sorry, it was a bit of a rush to get the tech stuff here.
Yeah.
I know in the setup I said we could use the laptop. I had to kind of flex around for that because it was just too long time to. Hey, Ghost with the compliment. Let me have a thing. Big man, thanks for the follow on Twitch as well. I appreciate you. And we actually just went past 11,100
That's kind of fun. It's kind of.
No, it's taken away. I think GT just want to make. They want to ban top laners to allow there to be an option of top lane Anivia, because you want to make sure that if the Anivia can go top, it's just like so stable and you can't really get side lane value. You have two very good wave clear mages. Jarvan Orianna is a hell of a combo too. No one has frontline yet, and with the Cassante banned, the frontline's much harder to get in your draft now.
You know what's also much harder, Alex? Your browsing experience when you're not using Opera GX.
Wow, how incredible is that?
Look, you could make your life so much easier. Like G2 with their incredible outdraft TSs, you'll have so much easier in game. If only you were to download Opera GX using the affiliate link that Alex is now putting in chat. Guys, you could help support the stream. Actually, for free. It's going to cost you like 20 seconds of your time, and you help support us. Get Opera GX like detected on your PC.
Oh,
a little fancy
Silas lock-in. Silas is not bad here. Very good Cataclysm steal. Cataclysm is one of the strongest ults in the game for Silas to steal anyway. That is really spooky.
Ori ult's not bad either. Actually. Sombrero with that is actually not awful.
I wouldn't say it's bad, but I would say it's like mid-tier.
Yeah.
It's
but still
yeah, it's like when it's off. Wow, now you're locked in. Seraphine for Silas. Seraphine is actually like S+ tier for Silas. I remember pro teams back in 2021 when Silas was kind of hanging around the meta, but like there were a lot of very good champions. People were starting to do tier lists of Silas ultimates in pro teams. So what we saw then was best ults in the game were things like Gangplank, which are global with an AP scaling. So Gangplank's the best in the game. Then you have like Hecarim, Seraphine are all in the top 10. Like the Silas mains are all just adamant that Seraphine, Hecarim were some of were two of the very best ultimates in the game you could get. Absolutely insane, actually. Very, very, very strong. Okay, Renekton is not happy into Anivia, but if you escape the map... Well, I don't think Renekton's happy in this game at all. I really don't like that. I really don't like that, Renekton. Is that your last pick? Are you sure? I don't like that at all, actually.
Not a great time into Anivia. You can sort of get over the wall with a good slice and dice, but it's not exactly consistent. And you really struggle to ever get to the Anivia.
Well, I mean, the slice and dice over the wall is consistent. It's just you then don't have any way to play the lane.
Well, that's what I'm kind of talking about. So you can, but if you're assuming you've not used it to get into the wave in the first place.
Oh, you never used it to get into the wave. Not really. In that matchup, you just hold it until you see like a Q or like like an old wall coming through.
Anyway,
you basically can't, particularly once level 6 is hit, you either need to be within like flash W range, or you just have to E backwards like constantly. It's very, very hard. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried by Dokla's lack of creativity. A little bit worried about that. I mean, the Silas is really good, and I do think the Ashe Seraphine is a little bit of a counter pick because you've just given self counter pick because you've given Silas two of his best ultimates in the game. You have a global ult with an AP scaling in the Ashe, and then you have the Seraphine, which is just ridiculous in that comp. But the Anivia into Renekton is really good. You have Jarvan Orianna into like a clump team. And also the Ezreal Karma doesn't love playing against Ashe Seraphine either. Okay, I gotta run a quick ad break. No, do I need to run a quick ad break? Let me have a think.
A little note from X-Kirby.
I'm gonna... No, well, I've left too late now, so good. Great, cool.
Hello, League of Legends cast and Nymaera. I'm happy to see that you've acquired a flat with a large bedroom. However, I'm currently concerned with your lack of Ari Shrine. I choose to believe this shows your conversion to the Church of Brumid Lane Nautilus with a proto belt. Regards, your X-Kirby.
Oh, not the belt, man. Don't give him the belt. Don't give him the belt, man.
But those were both just single days. There's not an overall consistent.
I mean, give him the belt.
You might have to buy the belt.
But I'm gonna take this.
I'm trying not to bite the belt, Sam.
First little bit of trade, technically not first blood, just first little.
Try not to, Sam.
First damage in bot, traded back. It's an even.
That was a big chunk out of Douglas' health bar. I mean, honestly.
Okay, right.
Really
audio.
nicely done from him in the brush. So
okay, let me try and find a way to get audio. Use
health advantage here over
so you need to stop eating.
And Renekton wants to try and build up some fury off of that wave too to be able to operate, but we'll see how they go.
I spent the last 20 minutes cutting out stickers, which was quite fun. But we now have a lot of stickers, which are quite cool.
Against the Ashe and Seraphine.
And currently,
for those of you who want to come to the G2 office for the next few days, you got like cool hi my main is stickers, which are kind of fancy. I should do my one actually too. As it stands, not super anything exciting happening in these early stages where jungle's just clearing away. The Anivia is going to be a nightmare to clear. Actually, I honestly think the Anivia in general is pretty annoying because you've got a lot of melee champions this game. With the exception of the Ezreal Karma, but like the Renekton, the Shinzao, the Sylas, really annoyed by that. And again, if you add in the additional slows of Ashe and Seraphine, very easy to get caught up in the meat grinder, or I suppose Snowstorm, that can be a bit annoying. Add in Cataclysms of the Lake, and life is fine.
I don't think I can set up this game, Sam, because I don't have a converter. I don't think there's a free plug or a converter for my own laptop power. Like, so you might have to go without audio, Sam, sadly. I think tomorrow you need to bring me headphones and we'll figure it out. I mean, considering that NA EU has been... Well, we've considered EU to be much better than NA for a long time. Actually, international record, not fantastic. In the same way that, weirdly, you know, NA's been very low rated as a region, really. However, I do think that, you know, NA versus China's not been bad in the past. It's much better than the EU versus China. China has really wrecked EU. It's been not as good as NA, though. Particularly because, you know, like, not even just the TLIG series. There have been other series in the past where actually, you know, NA's done quite well versus China in the past before.
Dude, we even skipped a lot of the #2 seed stuff that was happening, or even the Worlds playing, but there were so many giant moments back then.
Not bad early trading from Saint. As long as the Sylas gets out of lane early, it's okay. It's fine. Not bad trading bot lane either. Maybe getting control top side, obviously, no surprise there.
I mean, it changed the outlook of all esports history.
Oh, did you see that they had our predictions on the screen?
I did, yeah.
Dracos predicted 5-0. I appreciate that.
I mean, Kobe beat
I know what you mean. It's 5 game series. You should have won every game but damn. Right. I could see being an angle on that one.
Tensiously top side, kind of expected, actually.
You guys did.
CLG versus RNG 2016 was the thing? It was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. And then, yeah, that was the big one, actually.
I do want to focus on the game because we're going to get our first
angle on Saint here.
Saint's flash blow.
Oh boy. Oh, nearly Skewmon.
That was nice from Skewmon. I like the Q flash angle, actually, because that's harder to react to. That had a higher percentage chance to succeed. I like that. And now, Saint has no flash. He doesn't lose that much in the next wave, actually. Although it's a slower teleport, it should be fine.
It just means he's necessarily back with everything he wanted to, right? The Caps can reset here.
He's not going to lose cannon quite. Oh, does he? He loses cannon just about. Oh! Not quite. Very close. Very close.
+1.
I hope GT will be able to take a game. Yeah, I hope GT will take a game, you know. The real underdogs here, you know, the EU talent.
That's true.
You know, I mean, they've only beaten second seeds, Sam.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Zale's little section was so well done.
That was
really enjoyed
because that's all on the delivery, and he did deliver it well.
There was a lot of quick stats is my passion energy.
Yeah. Lyon kind of threw it back in the draft for the last 2 picks. I thought that they were doing really well up until last pick, and then last pick of the Renekton, I'm like, that's not great. As pointed out in chat, Renekton versus Renekton. I don't know.
It was doing that thing where it's like
yeah, I think that Renekton versus 4 range champions is bad. Renekton versus Anivia is bad. We also have Jarvan and Orianna, which is really scary. I mean, on the other side, you kind of need Sylas to do a mad amount of work. It's good damage, actually. Jesus.
Level 6, the Dominance is going to do some work, getting it ahead of schedule.
Dominance makes it harder to actually straight up kill, but you still lose a lot of farm. Actually, I mean, the wave's crashing in for BB, but it's not crazy far ahead. Such a tense series because Lyon has such a fraudulent run, but G2's insane victories mean nothing if they fall to NA. I don't think they mean nothing, but it definitely puts a damper on it. If Lyon beat G2, then that's crazy for the G2 narrative, and sadly for them, yeah.
That's exceptional, Kobe, to be able to get this first Drake.
Yeah, our bottom triangle is going pretty
BB is down to plate somehow. Yeah, I'm very surprised that even though typically Renekton is pretty good at walking beyond tower and hitting turret for plates.
Honestly, with Scuttlecrab spawning,
you don't expect him to ever get near plate on a Anivia matchup.
Now they're going to test Dokla. Looks like
you got the CS advantage, but the gold's not that bad because, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's 1 plate to none.
When you have Cataclysm, then you for sure return to that mid lane.
Hands is more comfortable on Ashe than stuff like the mage bot lanes, I think, on the whole.
Exchange for a root as Ashe already had marked the slow onto Isles, but neither side able to find 100-0 all in. And of course, Berserker packing the cleanse means it's going to be tough to find kill pressure in the isolated 2v2 here in bottom lane.
This is a pace of game that Lyon is very comfortable with. I'd say when they were at their best in the LCS,
Nivea has mana, now it's GG. Yeah, as soon as Nivea gets any kind of mana item, she never leaves lane. Yeah, pretty much.
I have decided to put up a shop here. I will be selling and trading minions. You will not be able to move me. I am now.
This isn't a kill.
Might be egg.
I don't even think that. Merc treads first, 0 AD on Renex, and still had wall.
2v2 breaking out in the bottom lane.
Also
so,
back.
A lot of posturing,
a
lot of cooldowns traded for lane priority, but nobody has died yet. It was...
1, you're not speaking to the mic, so I can't hear you. 2, what were you... That sounded like...
I really don't move it this way, but that's fine.
Well, Sam, it doesn't matter if you move it that way. If you speak like this...
well, it should be fine, because it catches the side. Like that.
Well, okay, it did last time.
That's because I have my mic a bit too close.
This has all... That's good run for Saint, very good run for Saint.
Heal.
Well, Labrov's just dead. You can just flash... Oh, you don't flash, but...
Oh, an arrow! Oh, bloody hell.
If that hits Isles, I think Hans actually kills with the flash also. Close as hell. It's actually a really good trade for Hans and Labrov, no?
Yeah, really.
You lose 2 summoners for 2, even though it's a flash to the big one, but you also buy time out of the Silas, who's really looking to get impact in this game. I mean, this is a really good Silas angle. Silas can just solo win the game, I think.
Won't be up for that
move the camera angle slightly.
And we have seen Seraphine ult flashes have been crazy.
Hi, Sam, the easier way for you to sync up is probably load the video on your phone and have your headphones there and then sync that way to the phone. You have like YouTube Premium, so you should be able to do it even when your phone's locked or in the background. That's actually probably easier for you to get. You know, I'm paid to have good thoughts occasionally. I actually get quite good at finding like bootleg tech solutions.
Yeah, we've gotten okay at those thought process over the years.
Hey, hi, my work from home days line up with G2 games perfectly. Yippee. Hey, well,
that works well.
Hopefully they line up with, you know, next couple of days as well, so G2 can make a deep run. I don't know what G2 are going to do against HLE. I think they need HLE in the next round if they make it here. Both of these teams need to hope that HLE just, like, completely crap the bed in terms of individual matchups. Barrier down on... Wait, that was a berserk barrier, right? Yeah, it's down on Hands. Okay. Hey.
Okay.
He did use his barrier there.
He does, and he doesn't have ult. So he gets the knock-up. He's very dead, actually. That hits. He probably does die, actually. I think it's quite bad that G2 have let 2 bot lane plays happen without peeling for him.
Yeah.
Dokla isn't dead, I don't think, but he's not happy.
We'll see.
Does he get E2? You might be able to flash for egg. Did you get E?
Flash, yeah, nice.
Don't even need to use Cataclysm. Alright, well, Anivia gets the kill, and that's really bad as well.
Yeah, okay. Get something back. I still think I'd rather have my kill go to against the AD carry than against the Renekton, you know? I think it's probably still better for Lyon in my mind, on the whole.
AD carry did get the kill.
Sorry, against AD carry.
Sorry, yeah, I get it now.
You know, let's punish there, and they successfully pull off the play.
Okay,
at the same time,
yeah, I'm quite worried that G2 just kind of let these plays happen. You know, Lyon are not a fast early game team. They definitely have some... Wait, did my sticker fall off? My sticker fell off. Where did it go?
There's got to be an element to baiting there for Broken Blade, right? Dokla's been in this difficult...
Well, I don't know where that went then. I guess I gotta find that. I'll be on the floor somewhere again.
To like get a really good trade and maybe get a bit of an upper hand in the lane, and it ends up backfiring.
And honestly, since we are coming out of such good series from
RIP
both
sticker, I know,
players, look at how big Dokes was in the previous series and how big
it's got a double-ended thing. Oh no!
Was, especially with the Kled game.
It's a Darth Maul pen.
Yeah, I think Skewmon struggled to get as much activity down as he was at first stand. First stand, he was on really good form. I think he's been struggling to match that as much now.
Labrov, on the other hand, has really stepped up. He's had a fantastic tournament. I mean, Skewmon's still playing well, right? Like not.
Ever had in the game at MSI, it ties the international record for kills in a game for a top laner. There's one of the best top lane games someone has ever had, and he could have had
the BB statement, yeah.
Kill the Nexus instead. Like, how insane
is that? Which I think you take it. He could be in sole possession of that record.
Counterpoint, they won versus T1 basically without an ADC. Well, I don't think Hans was as bad versus T1. He definitely wasn't great versus HLE. That wasn't great. Oh, that's a bad flash from Inspired. Misses it.
He's kind of fine.
You don't have Seraphine ult. You lose flash. Shockwave's not
arrow.
Well, this is a bit... I don't love this. Saint can actually look for a much better play now. Good sidestep, good sidestep. Because if you start blowing flashes on Ori, then the plays get really scary.
Yeah.
I feel like a slow game favors G2, really like the scaling on their side. Typically, in terms of teams, I would have said, in terms of team identity, I would have said that Lyon wants a slower game just because they prefer late game slow objective setups and team fights, but...
They've got 2 dragons already, which is worrying me, actually.
Yeah, for sure. I think that Lyon they've got early objectives. I don't think their scaling is awful because of... Sylas is the scaling factor. And Ezreal's actually really good in this kind of game too. If Ezreal escapes the initial CC of Jarvan, Orianna, Ashe, Seraphine, which is a lot in fairness, but if you escape that, you're really quite happy. You can run down the fight very well.
Why is everyone just pressing buttons as happy Ennis in chat? And look, the reason is
because we don't have neural interfaces yet.
Yeah, it's also because we enjoy rage baiting. Watch this. Hey, be Ennis.
20 CS up over Hans.
You've chosen the wrong team to support. I think you're a silly chatter. I think that you would build Rocket Belt on Ari.
Whereas, you know whose team I'm on,
pressing the buttons?
You know whose team I'm on, Sam? Deadly Ghost. Deadly Ghost is the person whose team I'm on. I'll always be on your team, Ghost. You know, you want to be the captain? I'll follow you. You want to be the coach? I'll learn from you. You want to be the player? I'm going to back you up. Ghost, the best. That's your compliment. I really hope you're in chat for that. It was 15 minutes ago. Okay, now Skimmel's actually getting into the jungle, but he's down a fair amount of CS. The thing is, though, like, Inspired has been doing stuff bot lane. Skimmel's not really managed to get that much done.
3 grubs here with Ashe. I think they can just shred this now.
We know that Lyon likes generally slower games.
Yeah. Other side, though, Sylas is getting solo gold. I'm really worried that Sylas is getting solo gold. He's not down that much. I think Saint's in a really good spot.
They should also be
Doesn't Sylas just like turbo carry the game?
Berserker's up 30 CS, by the way. I just blanked on that.
Would you also back them if they built Pro Development? Well, okay, come on, don't be too crazy. You know? I mean, if it was Season 6, yes. If it was 2016, absolutely, or whenever it was, 2016, 2016. Yeah, maybe if it was 2017. Anyway, the initial Pro Development was so good, man.
It was very good. Just bringing the point up again. Have you seen Berserker's CS diff?
Well, double plays bot. What, like?
Yeah, I know, but still, like, because actually, I mean, the Sylas being strong. I mean, the Sylas being strong is a scary. Well, back into the game somewhat, not behind, is a big deal. But I'm also aware that giving Berserker on Ezreal again,
when you turn away from the mic, it does like hurt your voice, by the way.
I'm sure, but like, there's only so much I can do if I want to talk to you.
No, it's just, yeah, well, sure, but like if you turn like that, it's fine. But no, just because start of the day, new setup, and I thought I'd let you know because we've got to do this for the next few days. I like Knight's Ori build this game. I actually don't think you can afford to go Rod of Ages Ori in this game, and he hasn't, but I don't think you can afford to go for that in this game. Now, when Knight did it the other day, I know that the desk said they didn't like Knight's Ori build. I completely disagreed with them, actually. I don't know if they went in depth into it, but the fact that he went for Rod of Ages, Proto Belt for the extra HP, and then into Zhonya's meant that he was unkillable, and when the dive actually came in from both, because they had the Zarhan fight, because that was the big wombo combo, right?
Yeah.
It allowed Knight to stay in the, have enough HP to stay around a couple of seconds longer to then get the shockwave off. And then later into the game when they dove in with the vibe, just, yeah. So I actually really like that versus that, because it's guaranteed dive. But this comp with Sylas, Renekton, and Shin's out, that is not consistent in it. So if you have to trust yourself to not get caught and then just do a boatload of damage with just...
VIR is point and click, right? So if that lands, that will land. And you being not a valid target is a really big deal.
Or against something like, you know, Akali's the big... Akali, if she wants to get onto you in a 1v1, pretty much will.
Yeah, between Flash, ER, Rocket Belt's a potential build option, yeah.
Against Orianna, you almost always go for that, which
is on the way.
Dokes is not having fun. He might have to flash, actually.
He doesn't get a second E as well, so he's pretty dead. Yeah, flash? How quickly can they get this kill? I think that... I actually wonder if they can... Oh no, they're running up river. I was wondering if they could get more out of that. Guess not. This last pick Renekton is not really helping Lyon.
No, Caps, we good, mate? Okay, Inspired. BB's out. This is messy. Encore's okay, not great.
That from Inspired. I don't like
Inspired. What are we doing, boss? They killed Labrov, but they get one. Okay, for now. Sage.
Oh, Saint.
Beautiful.
The Sylas angle's too good. Sylas angle's too good, man.
Goes in huge at the end of that
fight. That was, I don't know, I thought that was a little messy from G2.
It is, but like, Sylas angle's too good, man. And that's with like Labrov kind of misplaying that too. After watching BB last match, how do you really kill a 6-item late game played 1v1? 1v1, well, I don't think Olaf wins that kind of goal deficit. He is apparently one of Olaf's better counters, though, weirdly. Vayne's good versus Olaf. Vayne beats him all the time because he just never gets the auto attack. I think that was really bad from Labrov. Labrov flashed into into Saint. So Labrov completely ends that.
You can only guess the one-person cataclysm, but it does kill Inspired. The problem is it then puts him in range for Saint to just hijack it.
I mean, Labrov just went... That was well, Labrov I do think has been like second best support of the tournament. Maybe the third rather, behind Delight as well, I think. But that was not good. This game looks a bit doomed. I'm not gonna lie. This game looks doomed. I think that Silas is way too strong and has kills now.
I still wonder whether the Orianna and Nivea zone control might get a bit annoying later, but we'll see.
Second angle, and I don't think that matters as much.
Yeah, we'll see. I think they've got enough ways to defend angles that it might still be alright. We'll see.
Hey, Kai, thanks so much for the gift sub. It's very kind of you.
Hello.
Wildest dreams, and Saint is performing in this game.
Yeah, perfect territory for the fight for them too, with Silas having that mobility in the scrap.
And also, yeah, giving up what is now sole point very early on is tough.
Oh no, in fact, well, yeah, exactly. You can consider this a blessing. I said the same about G2 T1 Game 4. I said, FF, I actually FF completely over, 5 kills down in 5 minutes, completely dead. History is made. I'm here to support my Aussie support. Oh, that's very kind of you. Oh, okay, I think he dies from that. That's not a good encore. Labrov is not really finding comfortable angles this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good Silas angle.
Yep. But I mean, that wasn't due to him in that case, though.
No, and well,
there was a little. Oh no, it wasn't.
He got the kill.
I don't know why you'd lock in Ash Seraphine, seeing the Silas face up like that. You didn't need to lock in the Ash Seraphine. Just give him less useful ults. You already have Jarvan and Orianna. Why give them the? Honestly, I would get Lucian Milio at that point. I would go on Lucian Milio. Hans had a really good Lucian game versus Q1, right?
Yeah.
I think they should have Lucian Milio. I think the Ash Seraphine was a bad pick. You already had the Jarvan and Orianna. You should have been fine with engage, really.
Very true, and of course the difficulty
Cap stood on a ward. Also, you've given up Orianna as Lyon, and so far it's looking alright.
Yep, they were way more proactive, and the Silas has gotten out of lane. A big problem. Even with blowing the flash, you didn't really get to return and do that for them.
They can play from multiple angles. They want those little flanks. They want to split G2 up. They already did it once, and if they do it one more time, it means soul for them.
Dracos, the next team
You have a spike for Ezreal, 700 gold up, 40 CS up.
Yup.
Yes, it does.
Hello, darkness. Right, they've got to play this Dex Dragon fight super well. Yes, lead bot still growing.
Means everything, and it was the perfect scenario for Lyon to come out ahead. But as you say, if G2
growing,
yeah, it's gone from it was 30, that's now 40 to 50, isn't it?
I think it could be a completely different story.
Still about, well, yeah, it's a little bit more 30 now. Okay, fair play. I thought they would even out with waves rushed in. I think the Axe Seraphine is where G2 got lost a little bit. I mean, the Renekton last pick from Lyon isn't good. It's not.
Just eat 3 Qs in a row there.
Based on his HP, I would agree with you.
Won the bot lane bet, and the Anivia an 11 CS lead and the 1 gank kill. Probably not.
Didn't get the 2v2 domination. They didn't support it. They wanted this to be like a bot lane on an island, and it's not really been able to survive. I don't think that Schemon got anything done while Inspired was doing that either.
If anyone wants to go for early Baron, although I doubt that's going to happen. Next Drake,
hey, I can also fail to dodge Ezreal Q. I should go pro. Exactly. You see the angle.
Now, you know, the important thing is you need to be able to choose when you do the dodging and the not dodging. You can't do both.
Spot. In the Anivia is, if Anivia gets an Apex team fight, that's great. I just don't know how you get to stand and fight without Silas completely rocking you.
I've at least got 2 items now, so realistically the 2 items being relatively on parity is about as good a fight as you're going to get as G2, I think.
So they are definitely stronger in terms of taking this vision. And
only a 600 gold lead, to be fair.
Pretty difficult to get back. The strength of these
I just think compositional advantage Silas is
really
strong.
Yeah, I maybe too many melees hurts you against this, but we'll find out.
Oh, did you get your audio working by the way?
Yes.
Saint gonna collect the rest of the gold off the top side of the map.
Is Malignant's good in such a heavy magic damage comp? I would have preferred not Malignance this game, yeah, because you've got like AAA. There's so much Mo traits value because there's stun ultimates from Hans and Labrov. So you want Merc Treads versus them anyway. And then you've got double AP solo lane. So yeah, I think Malignance isn't great in this game. Even though it helps you get ult. It allows you to reposition your ult better, because your ult cooldown is so low. Basically, your ult has 0 cooldown at that point. You activate it, take it off, comes back in like a second. Even though your ult basically has no cooldown anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Saint always builds this item on Silas, even when he's solo AD.
Yeah, Blood Ladder's curse for Saint.
But I had to point it out, I don't think it's optimal. It is a Saint special.
Good news for him is he gets a lot of.
Wait, looking up. Sorry, I missed what the.
Now we're setting up for a trap in the jungle. Lebrov. Ooh. Just barely getting away.
I don't actually think Inspired's been that fantastic this game. He's been good, but like it's been more on the fact that Saint's been really solid.
He ganked bot, like he ganked bot, got the dive, and then didn't lose anything for it, which was his big contribution to this game.
G2 decides to engage. He doesn't really do
Battle Herald.
Good angle from the Renekton. Very, very good Renekton.
Battle Herald.
Oh, especially
Isn't
with
that
Skewmon
bad?
running away.
Where's it going to go? Saint ready to come over the wall.
Isn't that
Delta
just
ready to
bad?
go from behind. The Seraphine being pinged out already.
Well, that's kind of funny, actually. Okay, in fairness, that is actually peak comedy. That is actually really
again.
funny. That is really quite funny, actually. Wall's not bad, but I mean, Renekton's on a really good angle. Really, really good angle from him. They just want to... do they just zone off?
Labrov.
Not bad from Labrov, actually.
Yeah.
That's actually not... Skewmon dies, though, I think.
They killed Oak, so it's 1 for 1.
Skewmon still has flash. They're looking for the smite steal.
Oh, come on, he's got it. Nice.
Yes. Okay, really good.
Oh, Saint's just about alive. Berserker needs to be really careful.
He does. He needs to be really careful.
Oh, bloody hell.
Come on, Caps. Come on.
Oh, that's Baron.
That should be Baron. They get top lane, they get 80 carry. They can teleport back in with Orianna if they need. I think you actually have full HP on BB because you had Egg. I think you do a drive by through mid and you just go, wait, can you go towards Baron now? I don't know if you can. 30 seconds on Berserker.
King never miss smite. That's it.
Okay, they're just going for mid. Okay, they don't want to go for the high variance option of Baron. I think Baron would be their way to really bail out this game. I think they should have gone Baron, Sam. That's the way to bail it out.
Maybe they're afraid of being in the pit versus Silas Inspired.
Real credit to Labrov. That was so clutch from Labrov to get the big ultimate off to delay the engage just one-shotting. If they don't get that CC and the good kind of clumped up fight at the start of it, I don't think they win that.
Flank is really good. Yeah, I agree because it means it makes it a 1 for 1, not a 1 for none, and Doke's getting out with a load more damage.
Top lane does actually end up mattering. Dokla doesn't have a second item completed. If he has Sterex,
if he had Sterex, that's a different beast. The fact he's only 1 item.
You would have the tenacity. You would have the extra HP. I like the double lap from Skewmon. That's important. Does he get like a fastest lap time from that? Has he done his qualifying now? That ult is huge. It also catches the Ezreal, so he can't follow up immediately. Means that Skewmon doesn't get any extra damage onto him.
And they have to turn back the dragon, which makes sense. But then it's like the fact it becomes the smite. Oh, it's interesting that the Inspired smites have been criticized, but I didn't think I'd known that about him actually.
I wouldn't have said that was a big part.
That's what Jat's saying.
Well, I mean, they would know better from watching it recently. Oh, big damage.
Saint couldn't re-enter the fight. Inspired had no ultimate. Everyone had to retreat. Berserker needed to let that one go.
Yeah, agreed, Jat.
Yeah, that's skew stapping.
Also, I appreciate Jat's ability to get that across in under a sentence. That was very nice.
Actually, you could have also said skew Lemon.
From Lyon.
Yep.
And we had talked about Knights being
get out of F1 for a second. It's what the mod. BB's dead, I think.
Hamilmon.
He doesn't have flag. Oh,
BB.
He is dead, but that's not a bad wall. But he do be dead.
Is that Baron start?
It probably is actually. I don't even know why you'd face check that.
They don't have an extremely
you don't have egg. You don't have flash. You have to play super careful.
But Lyon, if they start this, would likely look to turn.
Look at Dokes.
Watch the Doke.
They don't have the Anivia this time.
Knowing their man advantage should mean a net win, but again,
careful caps. You don't see the Renekton. You don't see the Renekton. So they spot one bush. Caps can check over the wall now. He sees him now. Okay, good. Good play from Caps.
Look at Saint.
Can't teleport in with the Anivia immediately either.
On the flank.
Yeah, I don't think he does. Tanking the Baron's not great for Lyon here. You still have Jarvan Ori. Well, they're not focusing onto it either, right? I don't think they can do this, Sam.
Yeah,
I think this is super dangerous. So they've used their shot to do this. Does Dokal die for this now?
Arrow. Oh, it does land. Hang on, shockwave after rather.
I don't think they want to use shockwave onto just the Renekton.
And they go Cataclysm encore. Hans is dead. Turn around. Shockwave. Nice. Okay. Skewmon's getting flashed away. Breaks the tether.
Okay. Anivia's back on the board, teleporting in. So Anivia can teleport in. Okay. I thought that would be on cooldown actually.
It gets out. Gates.
Actually, how much can they do now? Because Ezreal's down. Can they actually go for Baron themselves with Anivia DPS? No, they can't. Okay. Actually thought maybe they could revenge Baron with the Anivia. Caps gets a really good. He also spots out. He spots out the Renekton really well. Labrov gets a really good ult, Berserker jumps into it, and then the Jarvan Orion. Oh, Isles doesn't quite get the confirm on that. That sucks.
Yeah, it's a good flash flag drag.
Very good escape from Skewman. Well, Jarvan Ori quite valuable, turns out, and because it's like a more bursty Ori, it hurts. It does.
Lyon has still got soul point. They can still just do this fight all over again. These fights have been pretty close, I think it's fair to say.
Dragon in a minute. Well, GT have managed to claw it back. Isles doesn't have flash now. They did have information walking into bot side jungle, so they know they're there. BB has egg, doesn't have flash. Hans doesn't have flash. Berserker no sums. No Mikhail's either, actually. Although Mikhail's might be up in time for Dragon. It's not longest cooldown over.
New.
We expect this to be relatively even. No. G2, after their performance versus T1, and given the relative... Well, I know that Team Liquid did blast KC. G2 are far and away the best EU team. They are. Yes, second overstep from Berserker, I agree. Him Eing into the ult from Labrov was very, very poor. Berserker needs to be very careful. He's very powerful. He's 3 items. Can't afford to be throwing away his life like that.
He tried to abuse having the cleanse, thinking I can step in with cleanse and just DPS check with that. You can't stop me. And then basically he just got dunked by the Jarvan, basically.
Just don't stand.
Hang on, Inspired.
He needs to jump onto BB. Doesn't he get ulted again now? They've still got a Crescent Guard.
Hans can got him. Oh, hang on, look at Dokes on the side. Doesn't hit the arrow. Oh, he gets shockwaved. Look at Dokes, look at Dokes, look at Dokes. Hands.
Hands is dead. Caps kills. Think
maybe. Good from Labrov. Oh, they don't kill him. Saint's got the heal. Oh, man, Skewbon's not here.
Top lane is back, though. I think this is still fine for G2. I still think this is fine for them. They still have both their mages.
Saint doesn't have TP, so if he leaves, he's not coming back. Good from Berserker.
Very good poke from him. They have both their mages back up. Caps will have to recall as well. It's a Hextech Rift. You can get onto the map quicker. Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Bit scary. They don't have Shockwave.
True shot was nearly bloody scary.
Hey,
stops the back.
Jungler's up in 10. Did they? Dokla also has TP.
He stopped the back again.
Okay, so both side lanes are resetting. It's Hextech, so you can get there quicker. It's full contact team fighting. That's what we mean by full contact team fighting, brother. Basically, just you trade backline dive for backline dive. Having double mages is really nice for G2 in those kind of fights, though, because it means that they can kind of like control game sides. Skewmon, okay, teleporting from Dokla. Shockwave's up, Shockwave's up. Saint doesn't have Asher to steal, has the Seraphine ult, though!
Land it onto Hans.
Not that good.
Labrov.
Skewmon's dead, They're going to lose Salt, They're losing Salt.
Yeah.
Soul, man.
That's game.
The Silas is too good of an angle. Man. Oh, man. Even with him, like, completely inting some fights, the Silas is too good of an angle. They should never have given the Ashe Seraphine over seeing the Silas face up. Like, just take Lucian Miller or something like that. Just don't go for the Ashe Seraphine into the Silas, man. Even with him not playing well, like, in terms of the... Okay, he has played well, he's Pfizer. Even with some of his ults not being great. Yeah. Sorry, prediction. Duo, you said that T1 would lose to Furia, and that, like, Lyon would beat BLG. Settle down, little upstart. Settle down. Control thyself, Duo. Control thyself. We shall bring out the receipts, of which there are many.
Oh, that fact that Encore still lands is wild.
It only lands onto Hands. It's just... yeah. I think they maybe could have stayed on the Dragon after the end of the last fight. I think they waited too long. I don't think a Hans Labrov have looked good enough in the Ashe Seraphine. It's looked better than the mages. Okay, so they give over Soul, and they give up Baron as well. I think G2 could have forced Baron after the first Dragon fight they won, and maybe stuck around for the Dragon after the 2-for-2. I think they've not been... I actually don't think they've been risky enough.
Dokes managing to get a fight like that, considering he was basically having a horrible time for the majority of this game, is huge for him, actually. Really good.
I also don't think Caps has done enough on the Ori either, comparative. I'm surprised that he got the Ori and hasn't really done... He didn't really...
He's not been bad, he's not been good.
He lost the early trades versus Saint, hasn't been able to lock him in lane, because then Saint roamed twice.
I thought he won the early trades, because he forced Saint back twice. He got the 10 CS lead.
That was after Skewmon, after he'd roamed and Skewmon blew his flash mid. So Saint first... So remember, first 3 levels, singles, Saint landed 3 chains in the first 3 trades. I think it was 2 or 3
I was
chains in
busy
there.
setting up audio, so possibly just missed that.
Yeah. Shout out on the main broadcast was so cool yesterday. Also, watching BLG whoop HLE with you 2 yesterday. It was very satisfying.
It was cool.
Yeah. No, we've chatted a lot with Dag during the run-up to the event. Shox chatted us out. Emily chatted as well. I found it quite funny how in the pre-game series, basically Zale was like, well, I disagree that the solo lanes can't be stopped. You just you can deal with one, you can shut down the other with jungle support, and then the series happened. And it's like, well, turns out you can't stop the solo lanes. But which again, there's an art to
there's an art to
following
being
up
wrong, exactly, and having fun with it, exactly.
Yeah,
you can have a different opinion,
exactly.
and that's perfectly fine.
But the delivery on it was really good, so I appreciated that from Zale quite a lot actually.
Zale's just a very good broadcaster, guys.
He's very good. He's a literal world champion. Renekton did his job of being a champ that can survive lane, has flank and team fight, and is good to follow up with both damage and CC. For sure, I think that BB didn't get the most out of laning phase. We've seen this matchup go very, very badly for Renekton before.
Well, it kind of did, just not to a game-losing level.
I thought that in mid-game it was getting worse because they could just follow up on him a lot. Whoever wins this series will be Westerners need to unite behind them. Hey, speak for yourself. We're going behind BLG.
Yeah, we may be LPL co-streamers, so there may be a certain bias to other regions here. And I say this as somebody who's quite an enjoyer of G2. Here in the G2 office in my G2 shirt, casting G2.
Hexol is very hard for G2 to outplay because they kind of need to kite out.
Yeah, you've literally gone for it
again. You can't kite out versus Hexol.
You've got Ashe, Seraphina, Nivea with an Orianna zone control and stuff. The point is you keep people at the kind of half screen distance and keep them locked in there. Hexol really makes that hard. And it's got Ezreal to kind of set it up as well. Ezreal's such a Hexol abuser. That's not bad.
Dokla dies for this, I think.
They might kill Caps.
Oh, wow. Dokla's got...
Holy moly.
That is a lot more than I thought he would get out of that.
The flash, heal, Mikhail's, big shield from Karma. Inspire's going to keep rolling. That's
actually neither of them Mikhail's, actually. They're both still on.
I think it's just heal Mantra E and just direct Saint.
About Saint. Teleporting from Caps. He can get Saint and maybe go back to defend the Nexus from this. He's going to get W onto him?
Oh, bloody hell.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, she's W's going to be back off cooldown now. Oh, he misses the QW. Mistimes it. Oh, that's close to self. 1,000 gold shutdown. Doesn't manage to get much. Okay, Caps loses flash unnecessarily, I think. But whoa, that hurts. Jesus.
Berserk is 4 items.
And the only one they lost at that inhibitor was LeBron Seraphine.
Yeah. That's a really good play by G2.
Yeah, no, in fairness, Dokla has made himself useful, which is a lot more than you expect for an Renekton into an inhibitor.
Honestly, I think Dokla over the last couple years has kind of proved that he's actually got an indomitable spirit in and out of game. You just can't keep this guy down. And credit to him, like this, he blocks the Renekton. It wasn't the best Renekton angle, but he makes it work, and that is, real credit to him. He's managed to find value in these team fights. He's weak-sided actually pretty well. He's not given bled away too significant a lead, and the rest of the team kind of got advantages for his sacrifice, basically. And there is an art to losing gracefully and still being useful. He's done that very well this game.
Not gonna lie though, despite the fact that G2 are probably losing this game, I actually don't feel too bad about them because they have a worse draft, I think, given the Silas angle.
Yeah.
And I still think that they played some of these fights really well from behind. This was a game where Skewmon didn't get anything done. Skewmon didn't get anything done early. And I think GC with the late Ashe Seraphine pick into the Silas already showing was the Elder's up in 20. Well, might still see an Elder steal. BB's coming in. Protobelt.
G2 ready for the 5v5. Yeah, and Lion's objective damage is not that fast. If they get it low, they're at risk of a steal. So I think it's going to be this poke war.
Ashe is not strong.
If you win Elder Dragon, so Ashe has got 4 items. Don't hate 4 items on that. Saint. Oh, he's. How many times have they found these flank angles?
That's what they're set up for, man. That's what they're set up for. Very good play. Very good play from Saint.
That's like 3 fights in a row where Doke's gone for a flank or Saint's gone for a flank, and it's worked in some way or other.
Yep. They have a very good flank comp. One of the solo laners will get it when they're in the lead.
Both G2 carries.
Saint has played incredibly. Lyon is going to push it in for a Game 1 win.
That was very smooth. But Saint had a really good game. I know Jack said this a couple days back, but basically how Saint starts is how he tends to go on if he's starting like this. I think that is a good sign for Lyon and not so great for G2 there.
I actually don't think it's... I'm not too worried for G2. I'm genuinely not. I think that was a bad draft, and I think that Skewmon didn't get much done.
Sure, but I also think Saint played well, and if Saint plays well, his form in Game 1 is often indicative of the rest of the series.
Yeah, but I still think that GT played out a lot of those fights late game better than I'd expect them to from behind.
We all knew what was going to happen. I called it from the start. I laid out the facts. No one would listen to me, though.
He did lay out the facts. I mean, Lyon just beat all the number one teams. Okay, I'm getting something about Red Bull. So
record show, I
can I leave with the stream? You may.
But I should not have, because Saint Silas is absolutely cracked.
Look at this Silas.
Oh man, that Silas was annoying.
Yeah, it's like the Shy and now the Saint as well. Like, oh, that was an insane combo. This man played out of his mind this game.
Yeah. And Emily, right off the bat, you
that
said
was a very clean.
To be feared here in this game, he popped off so much.
As soon as he locked it in draft, I was like, okay, first of all, it's just a good Silas angle. Second of all,
it is a great Silas angle. He's just very good at it too, which helps. Yeah.
It's his second most played all time in his career. He's so good on this pick.
And I think it speaks volumes to him that he's willing to lock it in against Caps Oriana.
Lovely.
Caps undefeated this year.
Yeah, he was undefeated on the Oriana, not anymore.
It was a risk by Lyon to leave it open, but that man in the mid lane played it so well to shut it down.
Yeah, I would honestly say both the Lyon soul laners deserve a lot of credit for kind of withstanding these matchups.
They're just watching the Saint highlights.
Because it was a last pick. I think it was
You're calling a draft diff? I called a draft diff in the first game. Yeah, I think that drafting our Seraphine. Well, look, I didn't think the Renekton last pick was very good. I definitely thought that wasn't great. But drafting our Seraphine into a face-up Silas is very bad.
Like, is this even worth it? If you're even, we thought maybe they were going to gank it.
Oriana and Anivia aren't Saint champions. They just took 2 Caps champions out of the pool. Good point as well. Although Caps is playing a champion, so I'm less worried.
And Saint were there to follow up, and I feel like Berserker was really showcasing some of his skills.
I actually thought Berserker had a pretty bad game. He inted in 2 big fights. I do actually disagree with the Zelda. I actually think that Berserker, he had 2 pretty big up missteps to lose the mid-game fights where G2 should have been down and out, really. We're going to ad break?
I've not run it yet. I was waiting for the...
we got 10 minutes of pre-roll. So we're going to run an ad break just because we have low pre-roll.
I just want to watch some of that. The little pre-roll. Do we want to do the BGI mics at some point? We don't want this break, but maybe the next break?
We to set it up.
Yeah, we can do it next break. It's not a problem.
That's what you want to do with it. What's your angle?
You can do some interviews, saying like to the crowd. There's a lot of people. Yeah, sure. See how they feel.
They were controlling them, and this
set it up, I guess.
Saint with the stolen Seraphine ultimate immediately.
Oh, fancy cinematography.
I'm very surprised they gave the Silas such good ults to Stillman. That felt quite.
Yeah, you didn't have to lock our Seraphine. They clearly decided like actually to want this for the comp, and it's like.
Positioning really well, and I have to say.
Good lord, Berserker. I think Berserker also just had a very strong showing.
And Isles. People always like to meme on Karma while you're doing his shielding. This guy was positioning so far forward. He was always there.
Yeah, that was like your area. You're looking like carrier on kind of.
Too far forward to set up for Berserker.
Yes.
And I was really impressed by their play. But raw credit to him in that last fight. The R flash, the stolen Seraphine ult did.
I'm trying to remember how we did audio with this. It wasn't I connected to your laptop via headphones to hear what was going on.
Otherwise, I think that fight is more one-sided. But Lyon definitely going to be feeling good about this first game.
That give me hopes here. If you're G2, if you're backstage, what are you looking at? Because looking at this draft and the setup that they had, I thought they had easy buttons they could press. I felt the nerve in this game 1. But what are we looking at here?
What are we looking at, buddy?
Don't even put me now!
I don't. Look, to be honest, I've seen Broken Blade with the Anivia before. I think it's been a bit scrappy. We saw it against MKoi, where he kind of had a similar game. I think coming back into it, Saint moving away from the Silas, which is one of his best picks, I think we can still open up more. And if we can start to shift away from these enchanters in the bot lane, that's where I give the edge to the Brav. I think there was a little bit of first game nerves. I think we'll be able to bring it back from here.
You're not even saying anything. You're just going
What do I have to say?
Oh, very good. Yeah.
The boys, they proved it with actions speak louder than words.
One game. Yeah.
And what was your prediction? 3-0, it's already wrong.
We don't talk about it. What matters is the destination, not the journey. Whatever, the Lion doesn't sleep tonight. That's all I know so far.
Destination is Berlin. We'll see you there.
Oh, Zale. Oh.
Let's see what happens next. I'm going to find you.
Very pregnant Lord chasing down Azel. I'd bet on Law. I'd bet on Law. Right, need to get OBS Ninja. Video Ninja, that's the one. Guys, I'm setting up a just log into Video Ninja. Or like set. You know what I mean?
Tired of the off-season blues once Worlds is over? Fear not, because League of
I'm pretty sure G2 on paper is supposed to be similar. They're not similar on paper. They're not. G2 are much better than Lyon on paper, and they are in terms of their results at this tournament too. Like I said, I actually don't think that game is that bad. Like, I don't think that means like, oh, it's a blow to Lyon or whatever in the other way. I think that G2 gave over a bad draft. I don't think they should have. I don't think they should have locked the Ash Seraph into the Silas. I think they'll be fine as long as like they don't give over a draft angle like that again. Yeah, I did say it was going to be 3-0, and like I wasn't that convinced by Lyon. I think that they just gave a crazy good Silas angle over to Saint, and then they allowed it to be capitalized on. Have you seen how heated Law gets when it's KC playing? I don't think she's that heated when KC plays. It's KT is the one which really gets it. Oh, you're worrying my hoodwinking? Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, GC is similar to Lyon, of course. It's very, you know. There's the video.
Can I appreciate the fact that Lyon really struggled to points to handlers? Yep, I think even with what I consider to be a bad draft and a bad early game, G2 was still fighting back in mid game. So I think on the whole, G2 should be fine.
Yes. Okay. Have sent a video link.
Okay. Cool. Just remember to keep that basically.
Yes.
In esports, legendary moments demand speed, scale, and soul. Players and fans
I don't really know what Sam wants to do.
Technology brings it to life. Every frame,
I'm set
every
up.
stat, every decisive play. In partnership with League of Legends Esports, we're driving digital innovation that empowers the esports ecosystem to keep expanding. So
I think I can hear that now.
Game, and fans can focus on the
yeah, I can hear that. What? We haven't set that up, Sam, so there we go. We haven't set that up yet. We can't do that. I didn't know, one, I didn't know we were doing this now. Two, well, whatever, you can do it. You can do it if you want. No. You were just saying, I'm going to do that now. So I'm like, okay, we can do it now, but you're just going to do it without audio from me. I mean, sure, we can call this now. There you go.
If I was to like make a misplay, maybe it's my mouse, maybe it's my armrest, something feels wrong. If you were at home, you wouldn't.
Yeah, and I'm gonna mute you on that so the video's already come through now. You should be able to see that. Okay, cool, we can do that. Although you need to start back into video now, but yes. I don't know what's. Yeah, I can't hear you because your video is off. Your video is off, so I can't hear you. I can only hear you when your video is active, basically. Video is still off. And Sam, you look at the OBS now.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Okay. G2 office? Yeah, we're at the G2 office, yep. So you can't do video and do Discord call at the same time. Okay, I'll have to set that up then. Could have given me a bit of a heads up before doing this. You said we'd do it in the next few games, in the next few breaks.
Okay.
We can. But like give me some time to actually set shit up. I need to... No, you've just thrown it on me! Chat, you saw him just throw this on me, didn't you? You did. It's happening, isn't it? No, I think G2 are fine. I genuinely think G2 are fine. I think it's a bad draft. I think they won't give him an angle like that again. I mean, Sam, you can just go and do it now without just hearing through Discord, right?
top ball.
It's on now. I can hear it now.
Figured it out, Andre.
Figured what out?
It is now.
To go back.
There you go. Selfie cam.
It's not where. It's when. It's already.
I think Alex is coping. Chat. Duo. None of your predictions are based in fact. They're entirely vibes based, Duo. Yes, I can hear it. Yes.
Is it season 4? Could it have been season 2 when we started having with jungle pathing? Could it be?
Well, you can do it now if you want, Sam. I'll just provide a running commentary which you can't hear. You can go do things. Let's go watch Sam interview at the G2 headquarters. Woo!
Shen's in the game. Is it OG beta when there was 40 champions? Look at Lux. Look at the way she used to look. It could be any of these things, Andre.
I mean, would kind of like to play Old Graves again.
Pretty good. What if we went back to that time? Could be any of those times. Be a lot of fun.
What would you call this thing if we did it though?
Content game.
No, we're done with that.
All right, okay. Old League.
Who's that even for?
Oh, should be hearing Sam. Oh, you don't hear Sam? Oh, poo. Hang on. We're not hearing that.
That was a little weird. Okay, I think I got it. League.
Oh, we don't hear him? Oh, there's no sound? Oh, for God's sake. Well, I hear it. Hang on.
Game then. What's the angle for game 2?
You got it now. You got it now. My bad.
Maybe actually.
You shouldn't hear it now.
Like I kind of wanna see Ziggs because.
Ooh, okay.
It's good and it's meta and but I don't know. I don't know if Hans still has that Ziggs in him, so. I don't know actually. I just want to see G2 win.
Something a bit different. You want to see G2? That's a fair point. You are in the G2 office.
Like anything that gets you to win, I don't care. Anything that gets you to win, I'm okay.
How are you finding coming to the G2 office and coming and celebrating in person in Berlin? Kind of fun. Oh, you guys at home watching on the stream. Get to Berlin. They're going to be doing this the next few days. Get here. You two can be interviewed in an awkward way by me like this.
Actually, I haven't done much of offline event celebration in 3 weeks because. Since 3 weeks, every single offline event that I went to, G2 lost.
Oh no, you're the fault. You're the problem. I see how it is.
I go to both G2 North and G2 watch parties, and like every single watch party that I go to, we lose when I'm there, and we win when I'm not there. So
get him out of here! Get him out of here!
Okay, so we need to find a way to decurse this poor G2 fan who's been left bereft of G2 wins. Okay. We'll sort it out for you. We'll crowdsource something from Twitch. It'll be fun. Okay. How you doing? You don't have to be on camera. I can turn away. Okay. Do you want to be on camera? You can say no. Go. Hello.
Thank you for asking, Sam.
How are you enjoying the game so far?
Well, not so much since with us, but I would say it's still nice to be here.
Yes.
Because you're always here on the watch party if we're going to play, and it's always nice to be here.
Okay, so what needs to be done in game 2? Where's the comeback coming from?
Oh, we're literally into game.
Maybe we should play some more like we played the other games. We just don't int a little bit more.
That would be nice.
It would be nice not to lose against NA the third time.
That would be kind of
We
annoying.
need to get him back down because we have draft now.
Play like you did against T1 would be nice.
That would be pretty great.
Okay, what are they drafting?
Play like that again.
I need to get into draft,
can drop
folks.
a 15-kill Kled game. I'm there for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Some creative picks would be also nice, especially on top lane. I would like to see it.
Oh, Rise is banned.
That's the way. That's the way. All right, thank you very much. I'm going to go get logged in. We've got draft going on, and I shall return to the studio, so to speak.
Cool. Thank you, Sam. Let's get it. Okay, all right, cool stuff. I'm glad I figured out the audio stuff before we got too far into that.
I think there's a strong desire to see
Well, actually, Sam, they can't hear you now. Yep. Yeah, I fixed our audio issues in the middle of that, by the way, because I realized that we weren't capturing desktop audio. I baited myself because I had like the media source capture. That was pretty good though. Right, Sam, I can show you the studio mode. This is the we had live from G2 HQ. Cool. Anyway, can we do that? If you want to come say hi to us, we're here all day, until the end of the event. It's gonna be cool. Okay, so Rise getting banned now because 2 of the Rise counters are out. Well, not counters, but 2 of the harder matchups in terms of the Orianna and the Anivia are out. Varus can be flexed from bot to top. Rumble's gone, so you're less likely to have Rumble top, which of course Varus is very good into.
Really long here. Broken Blade has a lot of specialty stuff like Yasuo and such. So we'll see where the
Ziggs Camille maybe for G2. There's Poppy up though. You can get Poppy supported if
gonna get the Ziggs, the mage bottom lane.
trying to do something?
Draco's hands on his head already. Look,
There's been a lot of times since I've seen Hans play a mage. You know, I remember the Vladimir in 2018. I'm very nervous about this.
Wait. Hans did say he did play the Seraphins. We have seen him play a mage at the event. Is the Varus Prior really good? If it's a flex pick, then yes.
In the meta. On paper, if I turn the nameplate off, this is a fine first
Yeah, but I'm not too worried about G2 after game 1.
And one of the biggest things
I'm aware for the first bit of that interview that the camera wasn't pointed at the guy. That's
playmaking opportunity that people are looking for
this way.
It's all good. For the first bit of it, there was no audio because I forgot to put. So like the first half of that was gone. It's all good. I fixed it.
Guys, I just saw that there's a lot more happy PCs.
Yeah. Thank you for downloading.
Oh,
God, it does actually help us with the payout, by the way.
Genuinely, it's actually quite nice. So
Hi from Chechnya. We want Kled on top. Hey, well,
hell yeah.
I want to see Kled too. Well, welcome from Berlin, from two Brits abroad. Lyon and Nautilus it's not like an awful matchup. It's obviously well known from like 2020.
And Hans is playing the Ziggs. Hans is playing the Ziggs.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, that was a conversation about the Seraphine earlier. That makes sense.
Technically can be flexed into mid in the right matchup.
It was when we were seeing it most in, say, LPL, it was often as Knight playing into things like the Azir, but Azir really has just disappeared. It's going to be the first international tournament since Azir's release where we've not seen Azir. There's not been an Azir
MSI
game.
23.
Was it not played at all at MSI 23?
It wasn't nearly as popular. Now, the question is not seeing in a single game? Well, in fairness, yeah, not a single game.
That's what I'm saying. There's been no Azir game at all. Because I think there's not been a tournament where there hasn't been a single Azir game.
I reckon there'll be one. There's so many events which have happened.
Seen Azir, yeah.
I blind picking Cassia with that.
Was the mage counter that other people were taking into the Zig, so those are technically two.
I will say Leona and Lee Sin can have a dodgy time into cast because the way you engage your faces forwards. So
yeah,
you
but
just
Leona
get
can do that
stunned.
from range. You force Cassia flash with Leona roll on low cooldown, then she struggles. Syndra ban is good. It's one of the few good matchups into Cassio.
I might be a doubter of the mages, but on Ziggs at least, Hansama is 3-0.
Yes, you can double protect ban. I agree.
Well, most bot laners accepted Ziggs before the rest of the other mages because Ziggs bot lane was a thing since 2018, really.
And Ziggs also plays a little bit like this is a bit fake, but it plays a little bit like things like Ezreal, where you kind of just poke with your Q and stay at range. You kind of got this little dash, and you play a little bit like a poke caster bot laner anyway. It's not quite the same, obviously not with the way that Ezreal obviously and the way his E cooldown works and being a jump in and out a little bit more freely. But there is a certain kind of muscle memory for anyone who was good at those kind of more caster bot lane.
I think Alex is overestimating G2. If T1 plays like they did, Leon would also beat them with their LTVs. I don't think that's quite true. I think they need like BB played really well versus. I just don't think Dokla could. I don't think Dokla's that guy to like carry through beat lane. He's pretty good at playing.
Come on.
He's pretty good at. You don't do it with double AP already.
I know. Well, you got the 45% res shred of your max rank allure.
Gone. What other kind of anti-ability? I don't think. I actually don't think. I kind of wonder because you want something that's like. You need physical damage somewhere, like significant physical damage. You don't have Jarvan Shinzao. Pantheon's okay. Pantheon's okay. And now you have double point and click CC for the Ziggs and the Cassio, which is good.
And it's not Camille, but it does give you a lot of the same.
Yeah, and like I said, I genuinely am not that bothered by G2 in game 1. Like, I think it was a bad draft, and I think this is going better for them.
To maybe punish whatever side laners do come out from the side of Lyon.
Okay, Panth is... Yeah, I mean, it's not bad here.
Nymaera's underestimating Dokla. Dokla's very good at playing the role he needs to, but he's not a carry player in the way that BB is versus T1. So I think that the Lyon versus... Shadowboxing Lyon versus T1 compared to G2 there, I don't think that has the same weight. I think BB had a unique way to beat them because Doran was on poor form, and he has such a wide champion pool, which I don't think Dokla does in the same way.
I do need to see the G2 bot lane have a better game.
Ahri is not good in TCP. I know that Saint likes Ahri. He had a very good game last time he did the corner flash, which is very rare in Team Secret Wells. But Saint has had some... You can't play the Ahri into the Cassio. It's just too hard. Victor, I actually don't like that hit. I don't like that hit. You're gonna get dunked by Ziggs.
Yeah, and you used to get... You used to have a decent matchup with the Cassio, but Deathfire Touch has been quite poor. This has been the BB counterpick. You've already got a couple knockups here with the Nautilus and the Ziggs, actually.
Yep.
So it's single target, but you can just say...
satchel with it.
Yeah, and like, again, Yasuo plus single target CC is still fine, especially if you just consistently hit Berserker or Saint. You're fine just hitting that guy over and over again. That's fine.
Victor's probably the best champion open into Cassio. With the champions remaining, yes. Cassio does not have many bad matches. Okay, we're going to go into a quick ad break so we don't get ads in game. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for supporting us as we go through our MSI journey. So I like that Yasuo pick. I think that locking the Gnar in is a bit rough there. Lyon is not bad into Yasuo, because at least he just point and click him with Q, basically. But I think this is a good Yasuo angle. If you get onto the back line, Lyon just kind of explode. I'm a little bit worried if Isles has a very good game. If Isles Inspired have a very good game, they just blow flashes on cooldown. But this is a much better draft. You haven't just given Silas Apex ults to steal. Leona Lee Sin run this game? No, I don't think that's necessarily true. I think Pantheon Lee Sin is fairly okay. I think that G2 have really good consistent engage. They have the Nautilus, they have the Pantheons for point and click. The Yasuo is good into the Gnar. Cassio should be beating the Victor in early lane. And then bot lane, fairly even. You know, Varus 6 is going to trade poke for each other, really. It's better for Z2 this time. You don't just have like an Omega, like, same Silas draft angle, you know?
Once again, of course, Renekton wasn't a counter pick, or it was kind of the counter pick, but it was just supposed to survive. This time around, it's more of the hard counter, the Yasuo that comes out against the Gnar. But if Doka can survive once more,
isn't Lyon draft also pretty good? It's not bad. It's more even this time, though. It's not just like Lyon draft win.
Yeah, you always honor your top laners that are going into an
I think there are ways for Lyon to snowball the game early through Lee Sin, Leona. Like if Lee Sin gets a good gang onto the Yasuo, which they'll be aiming for. They'll be aiming for a good gang top lane early. Hey Angie, how's it going? Oh, by the way, Vermon, thanks for the stream streak. And Simi, I'm not sure if I called it early, but thank you so much for the 120 stream streak as well. It means an awful lot of difference to us. Appreciate you all being part of our regulars here. You know, it makes our day seeing you in chat, so I appreciate you always sticking around. And even if you lurk as well, just know that we enjoy having you around. Well, we hope that you are spending your day well with us too at MSI. So, bot lane is a fine matchup. Both these supports want to get out of lane ASAP. Inspired's going to do some weird shit. Looks like he's going for a level 2 invade. Is going to be spotted. They know there's a ward there, though. They can hop around if they want. He knows that he's spotted here.
And Inspired's on the other side already, so it's...
Oh, actually, no, they don't know. Wait, no, they don't know the ward there. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, they have an idea that he's... Or rather, Skewmon knows that he's there now. Took a look to return the favor. The thing is, it does mean that the Yasuo's got to be a bit more careful and can't pressure the early levels the way you'd like to.
The big thing there, you see there's no blue ping on the ward, right? So blue team doesn't know that ward is there on Raptors. Pantheon's going full bot side clear. Might see a contest from Lee Sin on bot camps. Yeah, BB knows that he's in top side. It's just exactly where is the problem. Oh, good hook.
Nice. Oh, the satchel back as well. Very clean.
Bombs on target too. Very nice. I don't know if that's good for Miles, actually. I actually don't like that a lot much.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. Skew's here. They're going to have to heal. I don't like this.
He doesn't want to get Leona cubed, so he's staying away from Leona. Oh, hang on, that might get Berserker killed. Nice. Very good. So now he's lost his top camps, though. So he's going to be down a lot of farm. Skewmon has lost 2 camps on top side and hasn't got any...
Inspire's near here. It's coming down the lane. Inspired with the counter gang.
That's a slow TP.
Oh, the safeguard doesn't get TP. Oh, now Inspired might be able to kill off Labrov at least. Q's in danger.
Maybe don't. Hands actually might need to body block this.
He's got no mana.
No. Hands might have to body block this.
No, I know. I think he needs to be a bit careful. Okay, gonna go for it.
Yeah, so he has to, that's what I'm saying. He has to body block it. Because if that Lee Sin kill Q hits him, it kills him. That's what I was calling out there.
You might get double scuttled here.
And you've had 2 camps away too. I don't think that's a disaster at all, actually. I think that's... Now, the problem is BB is now alone on top side.
Yeah, I don't know whether BB cares about being alone on top side, does he?
It sort of does. Caps is up in CS in mid lane, somewhat expected. Losing in terms of HP, but... Labrov does have flash. It's Aftershock. Might need flash.
He's going to hook towards Cass. He's alright. He's going to try and double scuttle here.
Good read from Isles to be exact.
Pulls a long sword for Skew.
I actually think it's a bad mistake for... well, Caps needs to TP back insta then.
I also think Skew can go fight over enemy walls. He's got the extra double long sword.
He's not going for double scuttle. Going towards bot camps. Help off from hands.
Oh, enter the grounded. And Skew just stays on the other way. Q's wide. Isles is having a bad time.
Has to flash away. Okay. Inspired leaves his bot camps for this. Yamon is just like perma fighting. Okay.
I think Skew should go take Gromp / Wolves. He's got the longsword advantage. And Isles has to reset.
Caps gets to survive with flash there too, which is nice. Teleport in, won't be able to freeze the wave.
Because I do like that call. Go for the first blood on bottom side. Really get them snowballing.
And okay, so weirdly, you know what's happened? Because Skewmon has fought so often, his top camps have actually respawned. I thought this was kind of in, but now because he has so many camps that have respawned, because they were some of the first ones taken by Inspired, he's actually denied Inspired so much farming time that he's actually somewhat back in it.
And reminder, when your camps at level 1 aren't that high in XP, it's your second spawns of camps that often come with a bit more XP, so hilariously, Skewmon's going to get more XP from these camps than he would otherwise. He's still going to be behind half a level, but I think, and because basically you'll see that Inspired is still like at the end of his clear where Skew's at the start of his.
I don't think it's a half level, because he's still got 2 extra camps on bots.
Yeah, but what it is it's Inspired's at the end of his clear, Skew's halfway through his, right? He's still got to do 2 camps.
But this is Inspired's first, like, level 1 camps on top side.
Yeah, exactly. So it's...
Whereas Skewmon's got level 2 top side and level 2 bot side camps.
Oh, true. Yeah, no, you're right. I take it back. Ah, this TP could suck. This TP's going to really suck.
It's got Q3.
Oh, good wallop.
You didn't get
shit.
Why did they double stack? Why did they double stack for that? Don't give him the damn stun.
Oh, BB, not bad. Oh, hang on. Nice! Hang on, Doke's in danger now.
Passive. Oh, no. Okay, not bad, though. Not bad. Getting one out of that's okay. But you shouldn't stand next to each other against an R like that. That rage really helps.
That landed the CC to set up Inspired.
That is one
Holy crap.
wallop on the arrival of the teleport. Just the
well, BB getting the kill there helps a lot, but Dokla's also doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think they wanted to be as close as possible to get the...
He recalls on Mega, right, okay.
So I think they were going to expect Mini to basically deny the hop rather than thinking about the crunch, which gets him in trouble. Which was one up crunch is the... Yeah.
You just don't stack. You just never stand on the same pixel. Even for a boomerang, you wouldn't want to do that. Just don't. That's just like, you know, pretty basic stuff, sadly.
Early, but credit to Broken Blade for turning this back into a 1-for-1.
Yeah, clean.
That's really good.
Broken Blade gets the combination.
Nice. I mean, getting one back. I don't. Maybe he could have gotten FE angles that. Oh, he doesn't get hit by the Q.
Oh, doesn't get the crunch though.
There's an ult. He's dead, I think. Doesn't get the ult. Doesn't have ult sync bot cooldown. Okay, well, now I'm kind of worried because before I thought, okay, it's just draft, blah, blah, blah. This time it's actually your counter isn't working in topside. You need to see G2 actually fight back in this. Like being behind on the Yasuo sucks. Yeah, at this point I start to get worried.
Yeah, and again, like it was conversation like, hey, can Doke step to BB? So far, so good.
If G2 literally go from beating T1 to losing to Lyon, that is actually such a flop. Such a flop, man. You kidding me?
It would be very on brand.
It kind of would be. Yeah, it kind of would be.
And they are throwing hands.
Skewmon is half a level up now. Yeah, he's bounced back in 10 XP really well. And he has level 6. So now you do have
Ziggs. He's face checking this.
Yeah, but I don't think there's enough to...
Right with Caps here.
I'm watching the replay. There's 2 fights happening at the same time.
Inspired's here.
Grand Star. That's the replay on top.
Oh,
what the heck?
Excellent mechanics from Inspired. Gets the blow. Isles also on the way.
Isles. Okay, so Labrov is pretty much dead, I think. Yeah.
TP Dokes. There, G2 running it.
Well, they're not running. I think it's this. No, this is good play from Lyon. This isn't them running it. This is good play from Lyon. I don't think that's fair.
I don't know. I think they overforce that hand way too hard, not tracking where Inspired is, and they Grand Star fall into the play and get double TP'd on, or like roamed and TP'd on.
I don't think that's
Dokla coming down.
I don't think that's running it. I think that's actually just very quick roams from Lyon, which G2 didn't spot.
Oh, this is a big early lead now.
G2 are not in sync. Yeah, I think that G2 are losing track of where Lyon are on the map, and I don't think Skewmon is tracking very well. Like, the early game getting the gank bot lane is fine, but at that point you don't have your Ziggs come into the play either, right? Like, even the Varus teleports up, right? And I think that, I think that contesting that brush was just not good from Labrov. I don't think realistically as level 4 Nautilus you have enough threat there.
Yeah, I was looking for a good angle for the
Come on, G2, let's lock in.
Really good from Berserker actually as well.
Does lose flash for it, but it does get the extra kill. Guess Cass would have flashed away. Yeah, that's it. This is a problem now. This is actually the point where you start. This is actually where you actually get game losing loop.
That we were looking for.
And also the top lane matchup is not exact. Oh yeah, I think the replay baited Jericho. They baited me out too. Oh, there's a second fly happening. It's the replay happening from the top lane 1v1. At least Dragon to G2 is not bad. It's not like Lyon scout themselves next early Dragon. Ziggs hasn't come into the play yet either.
Good job by G2 to
So once Ziggs starts getting involved, we'll see whether G2 can turn the DPS charts. But I mean, Saint looks pretty comfortable on the Victor. Oh, he's so disappointing for G2 if they did all the hard work versus T1 and elusted like Lyon of all. Not to like underrate them too much, but like Lyon are clearly not like they weren't coming in with very many expectations. No, and on paper, they're not.
I had some faith in Lyon. I thought they were actually a really good team coming out of NA from what I'd seen of them. I think they were slow and that worried me. But actually, I actually thought they were quite good players and quite coordinated, and I really rated Inspired, and I thought Dokes was on decent form, and Berserk has been very strong. You know, I favoured G2, but I think it would have been naive to assume it was a done deal.
You voted 3-0 on the broadcast, by the way.
Figured as much. That's fine.
Okay, that's an ulting.
What are we doing, guys?
Okay, that's an in. That's such a big in. That one's an in. That one you can call it a run it. That one's. Why would you do that onto a full range? No! Oh, for God's sake, man.
G2 decided following the play.
Quick stun.
Does he have E? He has E. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's about on brand.
Game 1 felt
G2's beating themselves. I think in this game, they're just kind of flinging plays at the wall, and they're not tracking enough members to make that work. They're not bringing the Ziggs to the play in a good enough way. Cassie's not doing much. Back in 2016, baby. In 2016, I mean, they did get to finals actually with this CLG, yeah. And of course, remember that they got grouped at Worlds. Again, they didn't get anyone out of group.
I think since 2016. I don't know whether this is NAVEU or G2 versus NA, but I think we're 0-3 in the last match.
Last year they got bodied by NA, and then Worlds 23 they got beat by NRG. 1k behind in top matchup, man.
Can this Ziggs damage make
oh god, well that's disappointing.
You can see 700 more gold just from kills for Dokla with that.
GT went from a crazy run to playing like they don't know how. Playing like they don't know how. Yeah, I think G2 are flustered now, and I think that Skewmond is not reading the early game particularly well in terms of getting good vision onto roaming members. I think that Lyon have done very well at reacting to the map.
Yeah, I also think, as actually we saw Lyon do the other times, so Lyon have actually been very good at kind of reacting to pretty well. Inspired's been really good at counter-ganking the entire tournament.
Really need hands to become a factor now, although I know he's down in gold, but like the Ziggs is very good in this kind of draft, right?
Timing has been quite good this game as well. You know, him going to
yeah, it was Huhi Aesol 2016, which was like the big difference maker. He's crazy on that champ. Also Stixay, can't forget Stixay. Of course, they double lift, left, backstab them, joined TSM, and then Stixay came in and made MSI finals. On which double lift only managed to do 3 years later, 2019.
Dokla is very confident he'll go in on Mega because Inspired is spending all that time, and we know how much he cares about efficiency. I thought it was really interesting. We heard Inspired say that he really trusts his laners.
Can't believe I forgot Big Dick say. Yep, that's the one, baby.
Times, especially the team was kind of falling apart at Worlds, that every lane was on fire and he felt like he had to flip the game. But here, he feels like he can just make the right play, and we're seeing that calm play and that
Skewmon's got ult again. I don't think you can go on the Gnar though. This is the problem now. This might be death for BB. They don't have Pantheon topside. I think BB just expects to die now, and that's a problem because you're probably giving
they're roaming for it as well. And again, Lyon are making plays where G2 aren't responding, and every play that G2 makes, Lyon is responding to. Like I mean, it's just easy.
Well, Windwall didn't do much there. That sucks. And that's probably full turret with 3 grubs. Yeah, given the fact that they have the Pantheon and the Ziggs, you should be able to cover long-range plays like that. I don't think they're reading the map very well. No. I think that Lyon are getting much better vision. I think they're playing very well around the Lee Sin. And I guess it is just Lee Sin running the early game. I did get worried that it was Lee Sin running the early game.
And Inspired's Lee Sin has been it's bannable. Like, it's really, really, really good.
I don't think it's mechanically like the reason why they're winning. I just think that strategically they've managed to
I mean, he's just been like insane on it all year. Like, Inspired has been like what's his win rate is on the Lee Sin.
His win rate's gonna be big on everyone.
Yeah, but his Lee Sin in particular is one of those ones which everyone's gone, oh my god, this thing is ridiculous.
Very far ahead, looking like the much bigger dope.
Like, from everyone I ever chat to about Inspired this year, like, it's just been ridiculous.
You guys highlighted it well in draft. You have the Pantheon. You have
Vedius was talking about how Skewmon tilts very easily. I don't think that's true anymore.
Yeah, and
I think it was last year. Last year he did, but I don't think it. I don't think it happened later on in the year, and I don't think it's happened this year so far. Would you say supports have variance in their level in between series, or is support dominance more of a team effort? A lot of support is kind of like a symptom of how you read the map and how strategically you're doing. I think that because of that, prep really changes how jungle support looks. More than any other roles. So it does have a lot of variance between series. For sure it does.
You know what? Inspired's only played 2 games of Lee Sin this year. I think I might be thinking of Qualls where he played a bit more of it.
I wouldn't watch that, so I wouldn't know.
Playing with a lot
and it's online, so I think it's got a lot more aspects.
That's so diligent in finding these moments, these opportunities, that he's still just going to back away on the top side.
Yeah, I think it's just a hover play because they don't have eyes on the Pantheon, so they don't know if that's going to come in. So ensure that this Victor that you said
4,000 gold at this point is tough. It's all in like positions which are going to be really annoying to deal with.
I think it was a mistake to go bot lane instead of top lane early. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah. I agree. Well, then they tried to go top a couple times more, right? And then both attempted ganks top. The first one, Nati TP'd in, crunches them both. Lee Sin turns up. Second one, they go for the play. There's 4 members there. They go die. They did go. They went top 3 times. 2 out of 3 were horrendous. Like disasters.
I think Broken Blade, if they lose this game, is 0-3 on Yasuo at this tournament, right?
I don't even think he's played the Yasuo that poorly this game. It's it's the decision making that's been problematic rather than necessarily.
And it's not even his decision making.
Yeah. So I get that it's 0-3.
0. He's had 0 cover basically. I know they tried to go topside, but then like ulting of high rage Mega Gnar, that just never is gonna work. Like again, given that you have a Ziggs and a Pantheon, you should be first to the plays. That's not happened, which is really telling. I mean, it's really well played from Lyon to get to the play first. Obviously, I'm super disappointed. I wanted G2 to show much better reactivity, well, much better kind of proactiveness with this composition. But now they've given up 4k gold early. At least they have the 2 dragons. They can give over 2 dragons now as well, 2 or 3. And they might kind of have to. They can't give over a Baron, but they can give over dragons.
I don't hate their scaling this game.
Yep, I think that Ziggs Cassiopeia is really, really good scaling. And if you get, you know, point and click onto your backline, well, onto anyone really on the side, they do tend to die.
And Yasuo's not exactly a poor scaler either, notoriously. There's a reason why the 0-9 power spike is a thing.
Yes and no. In pro, I think Yasuo is a bad scaling champ. I think that in solo queue is much better because he gets to actually get auto attacks down in team fight. In pro, he never really does.
Yeah.
In pro, he basically one-shots you in the engage or dies. And that's what we saw with the Yasuo Diana in Starter 22 pre-durability patch. Not bad, actually, on the win rate.
For sure. Well, not bad. Yeah, nice from Inspired. Really nice from Inspired.
Oh. Well, they didn't cover the Pantheon or the Ziggs ult again. The fact that these are happening and the Pantheon Ziggs can't actually make a difference / aren't at range to is a big problem. Yeah, as Blade says, it's basically just does Yasuo. I mean, in solo queue you also go for like the 2 crit items, right? And as soon as you get infedged, then you kind of go wild. But I think in pro it's much harder to actually use that. BB and Labrov learning the yeah, Labrov's not had a good game, which sucks. And I don't think he had a good first game either. I think the Seraphine had like 1 or 2 good ults, but then also topside fight kind of flashed into melee range a couple of times. That is
okay. This needs to work.
He's going high mate. He's got a high rage again.
And they're here. Look, Inspired's back.
I mean, they get the flash. They get Saint's TP and they get flash out of Doppler. It's not nothing, but they need gold. They need gold ASAP. They need to just stabilize somehow.
This turret's gone.
Yeah, 100%. They got 3 grubs and Victor pokes you out. Yeah.
They've managed to get a grand total of what, 1, 2, 4 plates. They might wait until Mega Gnar's down and then look for the big play after that.
I will say at the very
clarifying for G2 there, they've basically got nothing.
They're afraid of the Lee Sin follow-up. He didn't have flash, he did have kick.
Yeah, he probably does die actually. It's double it's 2-item Lee Sin level 11. I think you do just get popped.
Yeah, I think that's actually that's a good respect flash this time.
You know, was about a minute and 20 seconds away at the time. G2 say, hey, we're gonna go for the flash off of Doppler.
Yeah, you need to get some turrets. I mean, the problem is G2 literally have like no damage on turrets. I mean, okay, exaggerate a little bit, but 1 plate top, 1 plate mid, 2 plate spot. Like that's it. That's your grand total of crockery this game.
Already lit up with that vision.
You are on paper plates.
For G2 be mentally strong in this situation. This has to be so frustrating. All the early plays.
I mean, if Lyon wins this, huge saver for NA, right? Because like G2 like were becoming, they were really taking the narrative over.
3 O's. G2 do not want to add their name to that list any further. It happened once with FlyQuest, and the momentum in favor of Lyon right now seems just a little unstoppable.
Kobe, would there be a reason that Lebrov is just sitting on an unupgraded support World Atlas? Because he's had it for a while.
Oh.
There's not some tech. Because so this happened, like sometimes when you're really locked into something, or maybe you're a little tilted, you'll forget to do something like this. But okay, he
I wonder actually. He's done upgraded now.
It's about a minute, which was just a little peculiar. But it's completed now. No worries.
Whatever.
All right. He is
hasn't changed anything, I don't think.
He's gonna add that little bit of extra burst damage, and maybe that does make the difference. Because Dracos, we've been
good shout out from Jack
the
though.
very beginning with this comp. Are they gonna
Pretty
get
good
one
at
of
picking
these
this
bursty plays?
Kimon was spotted.
You know he's got to know he's spotted, right?
Yeah, he cleared the water.
So they're thinking that Lion is taking Dragon, but Lion are actually up here.
Cass is actually farming well.
Yeah, Dragon's not getting taken. G2 want to trade gold for Dragon, but Dragon's actually not going down.
G2 ready to potentially commit more members.
I think it might be a mistake from Lyon not taking the Dragon, though.
Yeah.
Because they don't get anything topside.
Doesn't want to take the risk, and now
GT really just need to stabilize. I think they've had a couple of plays which, I mean, BB's 1-5, right? This is one of the problems of playing around Yasuo too hard. Yasuo is just a champion which needs a good start. If Yasuo doesn't get a good start, it is a horrid champion to play.
And I think Lyon have just been much more coordinated and faster on the map, bluntly, despite being against the double global.
As well. Lion with a 6K gold lead, taking their sweet time. This is the Lion comfort zone.
6K down, that is a big deficit to overcome. But at least there's no dragons until now with Lyon. Yeah, and you would have loved to be playing around mid-game spikes for sure, around like Ziggs Pantheon. But
yeah, and at least the majority of the gold's in the Gnar and in the Lee Sin, which I think of all the places they could be.
In this game, I actually think the gold on the Gnar is really important because it means the Yasuo just can't do anything inside lanes. I mean, at least he's freezing it now. Herald's going to go into mid. Does that kill? How much
be the next target here.
Probably does,
yeah. 100%.
So low that it's a pretty much one shot, and that's the last of your outer defenses.
Concerning with Mega, that's not bad. Ooh,
hang on.
Hang a satchel back in.
That's pretty good.
Nice. That's good. That's good.
Hang on, can we turn this into more?
It's 1-for-1 probably.
Oh, Dokes. It's done. Look at Caps.
Don't think you get more than that. That's okay though. They have satchel. They might be able to do some. No flash on Yasuo. If you have flash on Yasuo, maybe you can full send it. Okay, that's actually okay. Shutdown's good. You got the kill.
I think it was Skew, but I'm not sure.
As long as it wasn't the Nautilus.
It was Nautilus.
They were looking to make more
I think.
rotating Broken Blade over, trying to get the chase down. They will be happy at the very least to get the shutdown. So here it is.
I mean, it's good. It's disrespectful from Spike. Like you have full wave clear from Ziggs. The minions are gonna die immediately.
Might have been. It might have been the Ziggs. It was
Ziggs. That's good then. That's fine. That's fine. Cool.
Yeah, because Ziggs now has a gold lead, so yes.
Once he gets the death cap, Ziggs can actually carry team fights from that kind of item breakpoint. Now the problem is you're against the Victor, who if Victor doesn't immediately die, will kill you as well. Victor scales quite well in this game too. Ziggs gets the shutdown. Cool. Yeah, I missed that myself.
Yeah,
and then Sam Gasland.
So the reason is I remember Hans being on 700 gold, and it was 700 gold to Berserk. When it flicked down to like 72 gold.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you because you were away from the mic.
I said that Hans Sama it said 700 gold next to him, but it was 700 blue. Right? So when it went to 72, I was like, oh, hang on, Berserk got loads of gold off the turret, and therefore it's kind of like drunk. And I went, wait, hang on, no. I gaslit myself because Hans has actually flipped the gold the other way around.
Does Hans still have brown boots? Yeah, he does. Yep. Ziggs needs these less though, to be honest. Well, being in bot lane you do. I mean, I think you just want to get to... If you get through towards 3 items with a death cap, you're really, really happy.
When you are behind the game, you'll often find certain carries just ignore building boots to get to their item completions earlier. Yes, it's riskier. Yes, obviously boots gives you value in terms of like that extra move speed. The stats on them are good. But you would rather have a death cap completed behind the curve of the game than your boots.
Yeah, it's Murphy's Law. If you say something wrong on the internet, someone will immediately give you the answer because you're wrong.
Focus that Inspired and the rest of Lion have taken towards this Yasuo counter pick and keeping Broken Blade down does make those side lanes for G2 a lot more difficult.
Okay.
That's pretty nice done. Well, that's actually Chekhov's gun. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
It's Stry sound effect actually.
Does he have empowered E?
Oh, change corruption. He's fine.
That's okay, actually.
Good a few ults on that, actually.
That's all right, yeah.
Nice
And
3
Cass is getting top there. I mean, the lead was 6k. It's probably going to go down to 5k now.
4.5?
At this time, but Lyon only playing the 2.
Cass good gold from him.
Hoping to catch someone on a slot.
Wave denied
Recall.
too.
Again, Lyon very much grouped up. You highlighted it well. Mid
You're
lane
not falling for this? I don't know Darkling played. I don't know.
It is a problem that G2's early games look this vulnerable. This is quite worrisome.
Out of 4k, okay, you know.
Why are they talking about the Dunning-Kruger effect? I have no idea. Is that what it was? God, fantastic. Cool.
I thought it was Planck's constant. Constant the internet.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Planck's constant. Yeah.
I thought it was rule 34 of the internet.
No.
No. Google it, find out.
No. I got
here with the death cap done. You take that any day over these nerfs.
Oh, by the way,
you're right, Sam. That's amazing, right?
Yeah, you can Google it using Opera GX. I think.
Yeah, Google it using Opera GX.
If you find really good,
you're on your work laptop. No, you're not. Not yeah.
Really change team fights there too. So not a 1-to-1 as far as just comparing.
Dear.
But we'll see at the approach.
My powers are unmatched.
Caps is actually backing up in gold to Saint as well. He's not unhappy with that.
Base damage still okay on
And because that last dragon was pretty slow, I mean, I think G2 can just play for late. I mean, I know Douglas is 505. He's like typically very, very strong, right? But Lyon aren't threatening like game-ending advantages. Hang on, I don't know if you should be sending this. They get the PS flash though.
Change corruption.
That's a good
flash.
Labrov dies to that now, I think.
No, he doesn't. And we go. All right, Lyon. All right, hang on. Look at the back of BB.
Don't love this from BB actually. Oh, okay. This is actually okay.
Okay.
Credit. That's actually much better.
BB's gonna have to. Is BB gonna have to flash?
No,
he's not.
Okay, that is much better. Wait, did that get them dragon?
I might do.
Yo, that's fucking. Wait, they
Meganar.
They have Meganar with flash. And they have Inspired with Flash as well.
No ult from BB. They're double TPing back in. Hook. Meganar, careful, guys. Oh.
I mean, Labrov's just...
Hang on. Dokes has to flash?
Oh, okay. That's a lot better from G2 than I thought they had. Wait, they get soul points off of that?
Hell yeah.
Okay, G2 are clearly a very good team in mid and late games still at team fighting. Their early games have just been shit so far. They need to sort out these early games because this is really good. I want to see this without a 6,000 gold advantage into this game, you know?
So close.
This is just
you know what, Labrov and Skewmon much better.
Yeah.
Good anti-tilting yourselves, guys.
And also, yeah, the flash is being blown really helps. They get flashes off of both carries, I think.
Yeah, because BB gets to ult onto Saint because of a depth charge over the wall. So
they get the flash off of Saint, not both carries.
Yeah. Still.
They choose their moments.
Why was Saint? Oh, why was Inspired topside then? What we?
They were trying to safely reset. They didn't realize that Saint was Berserk was recalling an award.
Their win con here. Mountain Soul on the table. Getting tense.
So G2 shouldn't get too hypey off this. You should still be playing slow. Like, sure, look, if it's an easy one fight, sure, but I think they can just play slow. You have 3 dragons.
Like, 2 turrets, 2 outer turrets still to get.
Yeah. And also, there is just a chance you just get like a random dragon steal in the next like 3 attempts now.
BB nearly another, like, he's got crit cloak, right? So between that and Immortal Shield, he's actually got a decent amount of crit at this point because of how Yasuo's double crit stacking passive works.
He's on like 80% crit already.
Like, again, it's not Infinity Edge, which I'm assuming is what he'll pick up here, but we'll see.
G2 got Turbo Stomp actually. Yes, they did, and a lot of that was just through lane diff.
Yeah.
This is a different way that it's falling apart, really. Like, Lyon are just reading the map better and playing better in the early 15 minutes.
Yeah. Because actually, one of the, again, Inspired and Isles, actually, to credit to him, has been really good at just saying, we all going to be here, we'll respond. And actually then making good coordinated moves of their own, right? So they are responding well to G2's moves with more members, actually. And then simultaneously, G2 have not been great at responding to Lyon's moves, particularly this time around. I also think part of it has been a very good vision game from Lyon to spot how a lot of things are happening, with the one exception there of Berserker recalling the wards.
Death cap for Hans.
That's big.
Void step. So he's probably had that for a little while because he's got the blind jewel as well. So Hans is really happy. I mean, as long as G2 just don't throw a random fight into Baron plus Dragon, they're happy. You can't afford to throw a fight bad enough that you lose Baron. That's the thing which actually kills the game.
Panic Rooker and for Dokla. I mean, he's going to be tanky, but I don't actually know whether the Gnar being a tank is what they need from this game.
I mean, they've got him... Well, the thing is, what they need from him is to just not fall apart in sidelines, which is what's happening. I don't like this from BB. I don't like this. Yeah, he shouldn't be going for all ins, which is fine. Which he doesn't do that.
Because I wonder whether that should have been a Wit's End, Al. Because I don't think he can push a side lane. Like, he's got the side lane advantage.
Just needs to not die.
And I think the tenacity from Wit's End is probably pretty valuable.
Extra HP.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I think I would have rather seen a Wit's End than a K-Nick here. I think that might be a little bit.
I don't like this. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, he's not actually that damaging. I think you can just.
Meganar can't hit all of them.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, good stuff. It's a shutdown as well. That's a 1,000 gold shutdown, right? Okay, so now Caps. Okay, so what they need is for Dokla to not die in side lanes. He has now died in side lane.
Yeah.
That is not what the pick was meant to do after that good of an early game.
Yeah, again, I'm fine with the 24 steroids. I think Wit's End for tenacity and a bit more threat would have been fine. I'm not convinced by the king. I know it's in the double mages.
They are very much good. Wait, no way you go.
With 2,500, the lead is gone.
No way you go towards Baron off of this, though.
I mean, you're 5v4, 20 seconds, and you do kill this fast.
Do you have Cassie ult? You do have Yasuo ult. You're looking for a fight off of this. Victor's not there yet. If they get a fight now, before Victor's in position, very good. I don't like this. You just need to know. I don't like this. You're just giving over, like, random...
Saint? Inspired. Oh, shit me.
But, like, why would they flip the game like this? You're in a great position. You've got Soul coming up in, like, a minute. You don't need this.
Petrifying Gaze, a Saint's back in, Isles,
Caps is doing okay. Caps is doing okay.
Inspired.
Why would you flip over Baron? You've done the hard fucking work.
And now Dokla's here.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. You didn't have to do that. You're in a good position. You've now lost the game off of this. You've actually just lost the game off of this.
I mean,
you didn't have to do that.
I get, okay. Dokla is dead. He is 2,500
Fuck that. It doesn't
You've got a
win you the game.
5v4, so I can sort of see, look, we've got Cassiopeia, we can try and rush the
Fuck that,
bank.
there's a 5-kill Victor. It doesn't matter.
It wasn't a 5-kill Victor, it was a 2-kill Victor.
It's still a very strong Victor. Like, why would you do that? I don't get it.
and
No,
most
you
of the gold is gone.
and it's lost you the game. Congratulations.
I know.
And it's lost you the game.
But like,
I could tell that was going to happen before it happened.
I also want to know how Labrov got caught there, basically kind of freely.
I'm telling you, that was going to happen. That was going to happen.
I see what they're thinking there, at least.
And because they make that decision, they're now 0-2 down. They were actually in a position to play game slow, play around slow. Then I'm not playing the devil's advocate for it. It's a shit. It's a shit call. You can't, look, you're doing completely fine. You're playing it slow, you can just play around Soul. You don't have to rush Baron like that. You don't. I just don't get why they would flip the game when it's in a winnable position.
Again, because you've got most of the gold lead off the board, and you've got a 5v4.
So you think they should have done that?
I think it was a risk, but I see what the thought process is. I would not have made that call, which is not what I'm saying. I'm saying, I do think you can understand what G2 were thinking there. Can you understand that 2,500 gold is off the board?
No.
Huh? 2,500 gold of the lead is off the board.
And it doesn't matter.
And it's a 5v4, and you've got good burn. If you're like, I understand that is the best.
Flashes, you're against a Varus Victor.
I think you've got.
And at least in Leona that can lock them down inside.
Yes, and I agree it's a risk. I wouldn't have made the call. I also get that actually they think that is the best angle they've got so far.
Exactly, Cassie didn't back with the 1k shutdown either. No?
Yeah.
And Baron was coming up, Dragon was coming up in a minute. Just, that was just an awful decision.
Well,
I don't see the logic.
Okay, well, rather there is logic, I think, and of course there was logic. You've got a 5v4 and most of the, and you've got the biggest gold lead on the board off the table.
Victor just
and you've got a very fast Baron with Cassiopeia.
Victor just walks you and presses all. Exactly what happened.
Well, I mean, it actually was Labrov getting caught. Was him getting blasted.
Oh, they flashed on Saint, who put the ult and went golden.
Yeah, but that was after massive poke onto Labrov and Hans.
Yeah, but you're against Varus Victor. You're going to get hit by stuff. You're getting outdrafted very badly. That last draft pillow is actually playable. That last draft is playable. The game 1-1 was bad because they gave the styles really good. Exactly. Yeah. You're on Soul Point. You don't need that Baron. You just lost the game. You lost the game for a questionable flip when you can keep scaling out.
Again, my point is, I'm not disagreeing with you, Alex. I think it was a risk. I think it was a flip. It was a 40-60. But the question is actually, if they think that is the only moment they're going to get, and actually this is the best opportunity they've had, I see why you take the lower percentage chance because it's the only one that's been available to them.
You don't need to, though. At all.
Anyway, it's the call.
It is the game which literally loses you the game. I could see it happening. I think it's pretty obvious.
Of course it was bloody risky.
It's not a risky, it's the wrong decision. Oh, that's the thing for me. It's like, I think it's just straight up the wrong decision is the problem. Oh,
the fact
God.
that you didn't even have the last breath there, really setting it up.
G2's early games have been really bad. Lyon have been playing... Okay, go.
I'm just saying, I wonder whether, because again, I do wonder whether in, yeah, again, the early game has been. And they've also been very, very strict. Like, that's 4 members there. Why are we going 2v4? Like, because they didn't know the 2 extra members. Right? Hey, 3 extra members.
Mega too, right? Like, that was the thing that I really loved.
Like, yeah, that's exactly, Emily.
So well around Dokla's Mega.
But yeah, yeah, because again, like, if you're gonna go for the 5-4, you need to force the team fight on the ground, which is what they tried to do. But again, when we go back to look at that, well, when you go back to look at their play around the Baron, I think you're going to see that it's Hans and Labrov get horribly jumped. And they try to jump onto Saint, and then he just immediately on you. So it's basically, they try to push the advantage they have, and it just doesn't work. I see what the angle is, but I think it's too narrow to take.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, you know, I'm giving them absolutely zero benefit of the doubt there. That's just the wrong play. And like, it's just the wrong play. I'm not giving them time of day for that because they had a winning angle. You know,
I think that's not exactly respecting the fact that they're getting like so much the gold is just gone, and you've got like Yasuo, Cass, and Ziggs, pretty good Baron damage. They did get Baron down to like half pretty quickly.
On the blue side versus Victor Varus.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
I will say though, you know, take my.
I said it at the play, said during the play, after the play.
And I'm not. Do you think I'm disagreeing?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I think you're giving them too much time of day.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think it was a risky move, and absolutely we saw why it went wrong. But I do think it's also fair to call out, you know, the fact that you have got the man advantage for the first time in forever, and the man advantage you got was what was it, 2/3 of the gold lead, half the gold lead.
Jokes aside,
I think that the thing is, it's like
realistically, I understand if it's your only option, it's not.
That I agree with, right? Because actually they've got the point I make. Yeah, that I agree.
You don't have to do it. You just do nothing. You just take the shutdown. You reset the map soul in a minute. Give them that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Inspired is really destroying Skewmon. I think Skewmon's not had a great series. I think his early game reads haven't been great.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, which is a shame because I think
the early games in general haven't been great. The early games in general haven't been great.
Yeah. What's the current read on G2? Drafting game 1 was bad. Drafting game 2 was playable, but their early games have been really not great. Skewmon has been getting very little done compared to Inspired. Yeah. Well, that is a problem. Can they reverse sweep? I hope they don't get too tilted because that looked quite tilted there. Again, like. Yeah, like that whole Baron play, it went from literally, oh, you're actually in a good position, you should probably do quite well. But, you know, you've basically reduced the gold lead from 6,000 down to like 2,000 or something. And then they just completely throw it away. And it wasn't their only option. It was the wrong decision to make. It literally, it might actually end up costing them the series. If you go 1-1 there instead of having to reverse sweep, you're in a completely different spot. And yeah, I'm just not entertaining the options there, other options there. Like, you just don't walk up in that spot to ban. I'm just not entertaining the other options, you know?
Okay. I will disagree with that. Again, I am not disagreeing that it was the wrong call. I'm not disagreeing that I would much rather have played it slow and just kept patience out. I do think that there is an angle there saying, hey, we have got this man advantage, and the man advantage was 2,500 gold lead, right? Like, that is a lot of the gold gone. You've got great Baron damage, and you can sort of look to try and push that at least to get some teleports and stuff out. I think they overplay it. I think it was risky into Varus and Victor. I think actually, unfortunately, Labrov positioned kind of poorly there, and as a result, they took the risk and it goes wrong. I would rather have taken the safer option, but I think it's disingenuous to say that there isn't some logic to the one they were going through, and to not to say that actually this is what they're thinking and why they did it is wrong. Whether or not actually. Like, I agree, I would rather not have done it. But to assume that there is no logic there, and there isn't something to be said for the fact that you have gotten 2,500 gold off the board and a man advantage and lots of Baron damage is also, you know, I think there is something true there, right?
But you just look at the alternatives, and I don't think there's a comparison.
Yeah, again, I would have rather taken the alternatives, but again, it's like to say that isn't an option, or rather there isn't logic
for me,
there.
I would use more strong language with that, because I'm like, I don't think it's just, I would have rather taken the alternative. I think by not taking the alternative, you have just lost the game. And I think for me, that was obvious throughout the entirety of the setup, and then...
I mean, if they got the Baron,
they should never do in that situation. They should never do.
I don't know.
Flash Sonya's ult on Victor. Leona just ults someone in place. Varus probably kills you as well. You're never getting Baron. You're never getting Baron. Lee Sin had GA flash ult as well. You're just. I mean, it's just that is just a straight up losing play. I think they got a little bit too hypey. I need to run an ad break, by the way. I think they got way too hypey, and I think they made, for me, they made an obvious game-losing play, which is so sad. Yeah, because I think that Victor Varus on blue side being able to defend Baron like that, very easy for them. Yeah, I think if they even lose the fight, even if they get Baron, I agree, well. I agree. I'm so annoyed by that dragon fight. Actually, let me see if I can get a replay on that. Actually, let's go watch it back. Let's go watch it back. Let's go watch it back.
Will China test every limit imaginable? Will South Korea turn every game into a macro masterclass? Will EU and NA actually play in the correct
Where's the Baron fight?
The final event of the year is not to be.
Let's go into the Baron fights. A window capture it. Is this? Yeah, cool. Let's go back over this Baron fight. I just don't see the angle. I just don't see the angle. So this is where everything goes wrong. Let's have a look at this again. So you don't have flash on Cassio or Pantheon. Let's have a look at the things in the lead up to this. You don't have flash on Pantheon or Cassio. You don't have Zigzol, and you don't have Pantheon or Pantheon's whatever. You don't quite have flash on Nautilus either. You don't have vision control because you're playing around bot side. You don't have wind wall. BB's out of position. Labrov's very far, but he's trying to play around knockups for Yasuo. Misses the hook onto Berserker. Maybe if you get the hook onto Berserker, but he has flash, so you're never realistically getting him there. He correctly dodges the sidestep. You don't have wind wall, but like you've flashed forward for that onto Saint, but like you're never hitting Berserker with that. Why? And they all stack because they're just out of range to hit Saint. Very, very good Victor ult. Spark can get over the wall presumably here. Oh wow, it actually paused on the YouTube stream, weird. And then double teleport to reposition. But like, have a look at the lead up to this. You get the kill here, you get the shutdown, you've used double flashes for this though. Just push out your waves, you can get a turret! Get a turret and reset! You got 2 minutes till Barret. Dragon! If you just push out bot side, get bot turret, you've got like caps with like an extra 1.5k gold to use from between turret plus shutdown. Like why would you? Oh gosh, that's really quite disappointing actually. Yeah, I think realistically, you know, you walk up to that Baron in this situation without your flash shot. You've just used 2 flashes. You can't flash forwards on Pantheon or Cassiopeia, which is so huge for the combo. You want to flash for a double, you want to flash for a miasma because you're outranged by the carries. But the reason why Lavrov positions like this is that he really wants to get the knock-up onto Berserker. Problem is, Berserker, if he gets Nautilus ulted, he flashes back and Yasuo's out of range, so he can't press ult. He can flash, but I don't think even a flash ult gets him. Flashes ult. It's not great. I even get out of vision, you know.
Is good.
And yeah.
He wants to ult someone. Look here. I'm fine. Come. Six flash. Look. I will TP behind. Keep going. I will TP behind. Okay. Don't play close. Yeah. Look good. Yeah. Six no flash. Can't scare. Look Hunter. No flash. Hunter no flash. Good. Go. Keep going. No flash. Cassian no ult.
Well, there you go.
G2 might have taken down the back-to-back world champions, but they're on the cusp of losing back-to-back games.
The macro this series has been surprisingly low. Oh, I think Lyon's macro has been pretty good in early game macro has been good. Mid game has been not as good. I think G2 have been better at mid game. 3-1 Lyon. Depends if G2 just mentally break. I think their drafts haven't been great this series. I think game 2 was an even draft. Game 1 was a losing draft for G2. Now is it happening? Yeah. I mean, I think with the way that Lyon have been playing in early game, unless G2 really shape up, this is gone. This is so disappointing from G2. I think that Skewmon has not settled in very well at all, and he's not even been on like bad champions, right?
It's extreme nerves. There's a mental fortitude that has to happen because remember, we've never had in Riot International history a 5th game in an EU versus NA best of 5. We've gotten close.
That's crazy.
It was TL versus Fnatic, although the series was horrendously not close. That was 4 games at the very least. There's a lot of 3-0s.
But 4 is close to 5.
4 is close to 5. The adjacent numbers, which we'll take as coming into this game. G2 choosing blue side, Lyon choosing second pick, wanting
Pause check. Thank you, Ovnies. Yeah, I will pause the check.
Every counter pick that G2 have been able to grab really has not
really
worked
bad
out
at
thus far.
posture.
G2 has buried their bands a little bit.
Mainly because typically we have the mic between us here.
Game and Nocturne in every game, and crucially have left it.
I don't even know what your prio now. Hydrate, I need to get myself a drink for that, but I will do. I'll do that after draft probably at this point.
Dokla play it because they might be able to neutralize it. I think that's the gambit they're taking here.
And G2, they have...
so what even are your first picks now? You have Rise. Rise without any of the counters in, so Rise is probably a good first pick. You've only really got Annie in Rise. And even then, Annie's not like fantastic.
And now G2 are going to have the first pick instead.
Okay. Well, this might go mid. It could go jungle. It is a flex pick.
I don't see it.
I mean, BB's Jace has historically not been a good pick for him.
They're all viable.
One of the biggest criticisms.
Dude, if NA makes top 3 in an international event, that's huge for them, no? Labrov Jace, yeah, Jace support. There we go.
And that he does not play Jace. And while he has littered some games in there to kind of contest
Channel
that narrative,
Matter, yeah.
it is not considered one of his
Deft
strong
that played a
picks,
bot lane in
his signature
2015.
picks, or even one of his good picks.
ADC.
So to bet it on a
I know that
potential
Viper's
top
been
lane
playing some
Jace
Jace AD carry, I think. Some people have been playing Jace AD carry. But like, why would you give up Rise? Isn't Rise like super good now?
And it absolutely paid off. They might be doing the same.
Howdy, howdy. First pick Jace for BB, which I am surprised at. Yo, is that Brammables? Oh, yo, nice.
Remaining. This one's pistachios.
I'm gonna go have a check for that one.
Chocolate one, which might be your best bet.
Early on, but still.
Right, I've got a donut, guys.
Jace is quite big.
I'm very excited.
Brammy balls.
Very good with the current champions out of
The Jace is strictly flexible. Skew could play it. Caps could play it. It's mostly been top.
Pressure with a Bard. So this is kind of a classic combo. Having the Rise and the Bard really early on does make your mid game. You have a lot of leeway inside lanes.
I'm just.
He gets the Wukong. Syndra. Okay, Cap Syndra.
And it's not a mid lane Jace. That's broken blade Jace guaranteed.
So if this wasn't MSI, where teams look at Sion's win rate and see that it's 0-9, Dokla would lock Sion right here because it's.
And that could be Syndra bot, and then Jace mid.
And he would just play to neutralize it, but they might just drop him to 4-5 to secure the bottom lane, which as
Kate Bard. Oh boy. Okay.
The bot lane for
you don't have the Camille.
Kind of taken Hans Sama and
don't have the Ezreal. Don't have the Karma.
And Labrov has been such a big playmaker. When G2's at their best, it's because Hans and Labrov are like
Labrov's not been having a great game.
Things to happen.
Fantastic.
Series. So again, high priority by Lyon on their bot 2v2.
I do want to point out, Caps has a pentakill already at this tournament on this champion, Dracos.
I appreciate you guys.
That's got to give you something.
You're giving me a lot of the silver linings. There might be some gold linings.
Oh, that's been the big breaker point.
Right. Yeah, the early game has been
I'm curious if Lyon
and they've been like
a ban on the Mel.
Outmoved on the map. Pretty much every game first 10 minutes.
They've been better in mid game. Just need to survive early game.
That's a good call out. They have exactly the top side that you would want to have double AP mid bot.
The problem is, we know these teams have scrimmed.
Yeah.
And if Hans didn't pick Mel in those scrims, I think Lyon are willing to take the gamble that he's not about to pick it on stage.
I mean, the Lucian ban already blocks the Lucian Melio. Varus is already gone.
Alia's up? Yeah, but you wouldn't play it at this point.
Like the Mel ban.
Yeah, I mean, you could Mel Pike if you wanted it, but
even if G2 is not their strengths, it's scary for Lyon.
Bot lane.
Yeah, but what they were just saying on Castle, I know.
They're not scared. Not scared at all.
Didn't play it in scrims. Will he play it now?
Not scared after the previous mage game they faced down. And they feel it's more adequate to take away playmaking from Labrov, you know? That Rakan into the Bard option.
Back to 2015 Worlds is teleport Jace bot lane.
Really don't want to give Inspired the Kiana, a champion who can really pull off a lot of those early ganks, maybe contest at a time where Skewmon would still really
2015
prefer to
deft.
farm until 6. The debate now from
Slamming
Lyon,
Lucian ban to remove a mobile ADC. Yeah, I guess so, because you can still get like Lucian Milio, I guess, which is really strong, which would have been the case anyway.
Trundle against the double immobile champions.
I'm gonna go Misfortune
of the
into
Syndra and the Jace. You get a lot of value out of the pillar.
Don't have Ezreal.
It's an okay
Porky's
pick
kind
into
of
Wukong,
gone.
Not incredible, but
Yeah, that's the last mobile AD carry you have. It's not
with
not great.
Okay.
Yeah, no mages. No,
The thing is, I wouldn't call this hyperscaling. I know they just call it hyperscaling. I mean, it's an AD carry, it's a crit AD carry, but I don't think it's hyperscaling. We actually have issues for Nymaera scaling. Nymaera's good at like 1 to 3 items, I guess, and then falls off pretty hard beyond that compared to other crit carries.
It's not her damage that's the issue. It's her ability to put it out without dying.
Early on. That said, Labrov looked fantastic on the slew the last time we saw it.
Olaf. Oh, Jace hates this matchup.
Good Olaf.
In the past, the Olaf hover
Yeah,
is
good.
it's
Well,
just in. It's Olaf.
I think that's the winning draft for Lyon again. Olaf just like runs through Wukong Jace.
Run right past him.
Yeah.
Dokla, they're putting all
I
their
think
faith in
Lyon
big
would draft it.
Dokes. He has had
Yeah.
the advantage in the top lane matchup this series, and they're going to say it will continue.
The one question mark is mid lane matchup.
Here for Dokla. One Olaf game in his 480 career games we have on record.
Jesus.
So he's definitely pulling for this, but he will have definitely played it in solo queue, be comfortable with the pick, and it fits the comp. And
What is G2
what Lyon
doing?
has done this year with Dokla,
I don't know.
in
I'm not sure.
Split 1
Right.
playoffs for LCS
Threat
Lock
for
and
Lyon,
Split 2,
honest.
they're very
Maybe,
comfortable
but
throwing him on any
surely you just
counter pick,
realize the
and they trust
draft
him to execute.
stakes when you see them, right?
And Inspired is on Trundle, a very strong duelist.
He really likes this. Well,
Before
Trundle
Wukong
is
gets
very,
to
very good for
level 6,
junglers like
I want to see where
Na'Vi.
Inspired goes, how he wants to put some
Love to like get
pressure
early
here,
advantages through
because
jungle
Jungle can
matchup.
really
How
make
many
the
games
difference
has Trundle
in
has
these
Na'Vi
matchup. You know, picking the Olaf
Na'Vi?
into the
Oh,
Jace.
nice.
If your jungle is constantly invading,
Used to play all the time back in
marking
2020.
this Wukong,
Yeah.
chasing this Wukong away, then you can have a lot
He
more
played a
pressure
lot of it
and
last
threaten
year.
all-ins yourself.
Got a pentacle on it last year.
Game 1,
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
slow
Yeah,
pace
Penta.
relatively.
That's
Game
it.
2 was getting
His
faster and
first
faster,
Penta
more
ever, I
in
think.
favor of Lyon. Game 3 with this Trundle early on, potentially with this Olaf looking towards topside.
I don't rate BB Jace at all. He didn't play it for most of his career.
No, he tried again. It was one of those ones where like it was. I think he was part of that era of like NA Jace me.
Who wants to farm? G2 going to have a tough time in navigating this early game as we load into game 3.
When will Kanavi give us Shaco again? The last professional Shaco I remember seeing was Steel playing with Stride Breaker.
I think about the way that
Stride Breaker Shaco
this game, it would be
with Ahri as LeBlanc, and she basically you'd be invisible as Shaco to get a Stride Breaker off, which meant the LeBlanc chain would never be broken. It was ridiculous.
Oh, thanks, Blake. Kanavi's 16-10 on Trundle all time.
Thank
He
you.
played 26.
Gets strong enough, he could shred through the front line.
Saint trading.
Yeah, he was in the NA Jace meme era. Yeah.
It's not bad from Saint at all,
Oh, he's
actually.
ghosted for this. Oh.
Back away. Potentially chip away at those pots, or maybe get even an early.
Good from Saint. You don't often get that much chance to like trade that well as
so much information in favor of Lyon.
Do the first 3 minutes. Get all 3 actually. It's not bad from Caps, I guess.
Worth noting, of course, Cap's got TP where Saint's got the ghost, so he wants as much. He wants to kind of deny Cap's value on the TP if they can actually bot lane. Oh, not bad.
Well, very good stun. If the trade goes in Lyon's favor, actually.
Extremely important.
Bot stun to Caitlyn Q. Ends up making it a trade.
So these extended trades can be very powerful.
Exactly. The level 1 of Yunara is where you really have to worry about. When everybody's on one ability and she can stack her Q, the chase down is terrifying. So Inspired, we were looking at what's he going to do with this early Trundle? And the answer
Trying to
is
contest the Krugs.
No, he's going to come from a gank behind. He's got 2. He's got 2. He can pill him. That's all he needs.
Oh, stun misses.
Jump.
Oh, shit, man. Inspired's had such good early game. Yeah, thing.
They still got the kill. Even with the attempt.
Zoning Q. If he doesn't
don't have
sidestep,
any
he's going
walls
to die
in
anyway.
the
Totally
Buzz
fine.
jungle.
It goes over to Isles, unfortunately. Love to have
no,
that
they
kill
don't.
on a Berserker.
And Jack, what was it that you said just a minute ago? Was it that if G2 wanted to win this game, they had to get their bot lane ahead? Unfortunately, that is the exact opposite of what has happened. Inspired a level 2 gank on this Trundle.
Yeah. I just don't think that G2 are a team that should be snowballing through team.
And shutting it down.
And this is one of the reasons that Inspired has owned
I mean, it
the region,
slows
whether he's on
Inspired
EG,
down
FlyQuest, or
somewhat.
Lyon. He identifies the win condition of the game, faster than anybody else, and he will change his game.
Inspired is a very, very cerebral jungler. He makes his decisions really, really quickly. He's very good at going, this is what I'm going to do, here's why, does it. And like that kind of process is done very, very quickly for him. He doesn't need a lot of information to make correct calls, and it is part of why he has been so good across the West for a long way. He takes junglers out of the game and he might find angles to win games so consistently, especially if he gets in an enemy jungler's head. It's really scary.
Okay, all right. We're already scared.
Very good LCS.
That is
LCS with a retweet this to scare an EU fan. It's just Dokes flexing.
Dokla has been massive bot side though. Hansama
Saint with a 23 KDA. Damn, son.
Trying to get a little bit more. Broken Blade low mana.
Skews here.
Skewmon on the way up. Has it been the caster curse? Skewmon
Flash.
go in for a little bit more poke damage.
Well, that's both summoners down on the Olaf, who doesn't have TP, so it's going to suck.
No TP though, so he's definitely going to lose a significant.
Mid lane, Saint's doing fine early for now. Syndra's actually meant to get a little bit more done early, but then of course the level 1 trade really helps. He's TP'd back in. Saint's managed to reset to get his own tier, so yeah, I think Saint's fairly happy. Saint's really happy with that. Using the Ghost level 1's surprisingly good there.
They have mid lane move. They're actually going to send bot again.
That's the portal.
Oh dear.
Going to be in trouble again. LeBron still has flash from the previous play, as does Hans. He's going to be forced to burn it now, and the damage is still coming in.
Door close, actually. Wow, they have to commit 2 flashes to it, but hey, that one's better. Well, hang on, I was guess both kills.
Yeah, you kind of want to get a little bit.
This bar's going to do a lot of work.
But like G2 are not getting wards onto Inspired. They need to get wards into the jungle.
This is like 3 games where I feel like I preferred Lion's vision game. Like
the level 1 ward prep hasn't been good enough, basically. And the thing is, you don't actually get that much prep at that against T1 because T1 are not good at that. Not comparative. LCK's level 1 ward prep is not fantastic. LPL's is better.
Kills would be better on Berserker, but
actually you've got horrendous vision score numbers, but that's because actually they don't need that many wards to get value.
Yeah, imagine that 600 gold he was on Berserker instead against. That would be like literally over a K already.
I'd even rather have them on Inspired too.
Inspired would be crazy with that.
When's cap 6 go ways on?
He's investing in bot lane.
You typically hit 6 around about 6 minutes.
As well to go back under tower to get the job done. And, you know, the Trundle, they do want him to have a good economy still in this game.
By burning both summoners, Doke's actually farming relative.
Early winning matchup. It's almost in everything winning. Well, yeah. You can sometimes randomly get out stat check by Jace, but it's quite hard.
Yeah, if Jace gets fed, it can get a bit annoying. And again, your hammer forming, your thundering blow does like a pretty crazy amount of like missing HP damage. It's like 16%.
No doubt the most clutch player on this G2
oh, this
lineup.
one here is like, yeah.
DPS check.
It might not matter if he's not able to find that 1v1 in lane.
And with Storm Raiders, it's quite possible. As long as you don't get hit by the too many undertows, you can just run away. You're going to want Ghostblade Swifties. is what you're going to want. But you get Ghostblade Swifties and Storm Raiders, and you can just run away.
It's also a much different game that we're going to be seeing here in terms of map plays. 0 TPs.
I might be very wrong, but I would almost have been tempted to go Ghost on the Jace, just to match the Olaf Ghost.
Needs to be able to set when the raid goes back.
I'd say.
Walking up desperately wants that one auto onto the
I don't think they can do.
Wonder whether with Ragnarok and a pillar you could force a flash.
Skemon's into top jungle, gets a ward down. That's simple. They actually get a ward onto him.
Yes, thank you very much, observers. To try and get that information on Inspired's route.
Well, at least top lane's fine and mid lane's fine.
Worse. Bot's being ganked twice.
Yeah, didn't have wards for it, did they? The level 1 ward prep's not been good enough. Now, 100 gold this early, it's nasty. It is, but at least it's on the bard. If it wasn't on the bard, I think this game is like straight up over. Because the Caitlyn then just rolls around the map and kind of just kills you. But luckily it's all on the bard.
How do I feel about Collect this game? Not bad. No one's really building that much armor this game.
Yeah, it's
so.
good early spike to, you know, push the advantage, which is what you're kind of here for, right?
Ooh. Yeah, that was fine. I saw the trap and I was getting a little nervous for potential combos with Bard.
It doesn't kill you at that point. It doesn't kill you, but it makes you lose.
It might have forced a reset. No mana from Labrov. No flash on hands.
Oh, they have level 6.
Yeah.
Skew. That's not bad. They can body block it.
Oh, body block.
Get owls maybe?
The play stops. Skewmon continuing to walk
Realm Warp.
Oh! There we go, there we go.
Two guys for this.
Skewmon, but he might just trade his life. Wants to take down Inspired, but does not have the damage.
Saints
Berserker
44
to
has
finish it.
flash,
Saint
doesn't kill.
hungry for
Olaf's also down here, by the way.
I didn't think Skewmon would fall.
Dopes can flash on Caps.
Caps will at least be able to flash away, I think.
Doesn't matter, Olaf's just fronted him. He's
I don't
dead.
think there's really anywhere for him to go. Flashing
Saint.
finally away, but Saint over the wall as well.
Caps can just flash early and live though. Legit. That's really quite worrying. You can flash early. It's like Juggler doesn't have flash. You just flash an axe and you probably live, you know?
on board with the mat movements. I mean, they send 4 people bottom to shift, and then
Saint literally goes bot with a realm. Oh my god, he gets hot.
What is happening? This is devastating. The
Oh, for God's sake.
It's actually a 0-3. It's actually
running back into the
Yep,
tower.
I'm not surprised in some ways.
This was
You
so
voted
positive.
3-0! You put a 3-0 on the broadcast!
What do you mean on? I'm not surprised. I just voted 3-2.
I didn't vote anything!
You did, Sam. You were literally on. You were literally on. Oh, the guess used. Oh,
I didn't get asked. You got asked.
Oh, okay. I had you on there too because I had both on him.
So you would, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
the rotations are so good. Everybody's on board as they make the play bottom. Then, okay.
Oh, hang on. That's not bad. Nice.
Nice. Okay, it's one back.
Quick kill for Caps.
Some hope back
I don't
for
know,
G2.
man.
Caps
Like,
does
just
get the
giving over
execution.
so
Lion's
much.
still snowballing the map here. But
You've given
that
over
is the
so much
money
early
where
gold,
they
man.
want it.
They're just not tracking jungle. They're not getting wards down at level 1. Even when they had the Nautilus, I don't think they managed to do enough at the level. They did get 1 ward down there.
New grubs off this. Okay. Yeah, there are no TPs from Lyon, to be fair, which can make playing the map later a bit weirder. I mean, you've got Realm Warp, which helps. And Magical Gen, actually, for that matter.
They shut down the bot. That's true. It's a bot on. It's a shutdown of bot. Berserker is now actually 1k ahead though in his team.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. I mean, I don't actually blame the TVT for this. They're not tracking bot. They're not tracking jungle. And then once bot actually gets out onto the map, then bot's a problem.
Labrov, mate, are we sure? Okay, it's only Isles, it's fine. For a second, I thought that was Trundle, and I was a bit more nervous.
Spire just ran the series. Yep.
Yes, well, he does this. He does this versus Issue junglers quite regularly.
He didn't do it at Worlds last year. He actually lost against Skewmon last year. And that was the last time that G2 faced against them. So actually, in recent track record, it wasn't.
I think like over the last couple years, Inspired's like 3-1 versus EU, isn't he?
Yeah, but the loss was against G2 at Worlds last year, which is the most recent series, where Skewmon I think was better than him 2 games out of the 3. So it was a 2-1 to G2. Yeah. So I don't think it was as much of a trend, you know. Oh, that's the damage. Thanks. How are we going to frame this? Inspired and his team's too good for G2? I mean, historically, and like we said, the last matchup at Worlds last year, that wasn't the case. Being G2 beat them, right? Beat FlyQuest T1. That was the last Inspired game we saw against them. And Skewmon also was really, really good at first stand. And Skewmon peaked as like top 2 jungler in the world, as him and Shun. At first stand. So I think across the average of this year, Skewmon was better than Inspired. Inspired is better right now, and we'll see whether that continues after that point, right?
Yeah, I think part of it was also obviously Inspired came into Worlds really, really hyped.
He disappointed.
And he disappointed. I got my first ever Reddit hate thread because I said that some people are saying Inspire might be the GOAT Western jungler. That's how hyped he's
Sam says like, some even say this. It wasn't even Sam saying I think that he's the Western GOAT.
Because for me it's Diamond Prox. Like,
and of course other people mention Yankos or whatever. But that, yeah, you know, people not reading stuff on Reddit is not, or listening stuff is not uncommon, shall we say? Might it be 1 day's rest? I mean, Lyon have had similar stuff, right? But
yeah, G2 try and get something because they know Lyon are going to set up for the Dragon, and now they're going to make their way over.
1k. Well, it's only 1k at Lyon.
It's on the Caitlyn, which is shutdownable.
The trap shut here. Doesn't look like they'll be able to
well, most of the leads is actually on the fucking board, man.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but it's also Berserkers 1,000 also, yeah.
Cyclone's back up for Skewmon. Skewmon has actually got a lot of gold in pocket, and Wukong is a scary-ass champion into Caitlyn. If you ever get on top of Caitlyn, champion is dead.
To be fair, if they'd gotten like 1 extra person bot during the he's alright.
Oh, he has flash. He could have flashed
it. Skewmon gonna have to start spinning if he wants to get
Skewmon
away from
no!
Stop, man!
Oh, Inspired flash is the stun from Caps.
Inspired bites down.
That doesn't change anything, I don't think. Skemon's dead anyway. They still had Caitlyn ult. They kill him 100%.
I think
you just don't stack. You just don't stack for the Bard stun. Why do you stand on the same pixel?
I wonder whether Caps could have body blocked the Caitlyn ult if Skew is if they get the stun.
If you do that, then you just get run out still, I'm pretty sure. Just don't stand on the same pixel.
He looks so tilted on the camera as well.
Well, I think that his teammate just got him killed there, so... You could have flashed the Bard ult too. But after that happens, just don't stand on top of the damn champion when Bard's there, you know? Never stand like that against a Bard. It's a good stun. Al's having a really good game. Thought he might get out with a heal, but it's a wrong thought. Then right here, like, I mean, yeah, hands should not stand really.
Okay, attempted shotgun, Saint flashes.
That's the kind of fight which actually loses you a game, because that was when you were still in a decent spot, because you have flash ult on Skewmon. Now you don't have flash or ult on Skewmon, and his gold lead's gone now.
And you've also given another 1,500 gold back, right?
Moving around the map, trying to farm the plates.
Scar is getting in as well.
Quick to get the tweets in, huh, buddy? Fair enough, fair enough. 2-0 up, Lyon looking very dominant, and you highlighted it. Caps trying to hold the line, trying to do what he can, but his small gold lead in lane, the small trade advantage is really starting to fade away. Again, the tier 3 boots are there. There's not even a Roa, and Saint is still surviving the full combo from Caps.
In classic inspired old G2's tripping over their own feet while Lyon a stable classic punish mistakes team. I think they were actually being quite proactive. I think this series they've been way more proactive than the rest of the format. So I would disagree with that a little bit for this series.
Yeah, nice step. That was Labrov stun after. Oh god, yeah, ow.
Come on, inspired. Tasty, tasty crab. Right
Collect a quick cloak.
Syndra can steal it. We had Caps in that TES game.
A Lyon? We good? Okay, I wonder whether there might be a bit. I wonder whether. Where was Caps? Oh, he's back.
Where is the fabled GT mental resilience? I think that Prap has just been poor for this series. BB might get ran down here. He's got both sums.
Yeah, we've not. How are you just not tracking Lyon at all, guys?
Well, he's okay. He is okay. Dokla was looking for an all-in angle if BB. Oh, he gets spotted now.
Especially.
Broken blade, really, Dracos. A shot blast.
Yeah, just cheating some experience.
You need to, yeah, and Ghostblade really helps with. Wait, is Storm Raiders on? Storm Raiders on cooldown? Did they get popped down? I'm not sure it did actually.
No, it didn't. No.
Because
Isles hit. Potential angle to.
I see so little Storm Raiders that I forget what the damn particle looks like. It's not the same as Phase Rush, right?
Don't think it is. You?
He has clone and he has
trying to hold it just in case. Goes back. Dunk onto Isles.
You know, one thing I think they should change about Bard, if you get cancelled out of the Bard portal, you shouldn't be able to take it again. I think that it's way too forgiving to stop people from taking the Bard portal. Makes him very unfun to play against.
But overall, his impact in this game incredibly
positive. Probably drops 5% of his win rate. Well, yeah, top end, yeah, at least.
His power elsewhere.
They were close.
I feel like the problem is if you put it elsewhere, like, realistically, he becomes even more unfun. So
no. The portal's being just like instant getaway where, oh, cancel it, great play. And it's like, no, actually doesn't matter. And that feels bad, you know? If you hook them out of it or stun them out of it, yeah. Just make his shrines better, exactly. His shrines are the weakest part of his kit, comparative.
Yeah, but to make...
Bard is the most balanced champion in the game. He is an unbalanceable mess, like most champions of the era. Season 5 and Season 6 are some of the most unbalanceable eras of League design ever. Azir, Lister, Tom Kench,
release Jin.
Release Jin.
Yeah, but Lion's got to be really careful with
There's some really fun champions, to be fair.
Yeah, but they are also just unbounceable. There's like so many of these champions have either been just too weak or too strong for the entirety of their existence.
I'm always a bit of a hardliner on this. Like, I much prefer champions that are unbalanceable but giga fun.
Wait, you think it's a bad collected K draft? I think it's pretty good, no? There's no one building any armor, and like you want the early pressure in this game. Okay, they have 3 grubs. Oh, he has flash. He's okay.
Okay.
That's actually okay. You get Douglas ult for free there. That's good.
Okay.
And you get turret. This is fine.
And Jace is mid uncontested. So
Rise is top uncontested.
Yeah. So, but I think I would trust Jace with 3 grubs.
Kind of gets the clear.
And I think Jace can now speed top with Swifty's acceleration gate.
Dragon to G2 is actually more important here because you basically trade side lanes. You can teleport up with Syndra if you want. Jace is going there instead.
Yeah, because I think Jace can get up there real fast with XL Swifties.
That was a pretty big power spike for G2 to play off of with the Nymaera and the Lulu overloading that bot side. So they get the turret,
yeah.
they get the Drake, and it's just
and at
Lyon
least
doing
Hans
a
now
pretty
cashed in
classic
call. Like, it's still not great, but at the very least, he's kind of like not as miles out as he once was. He was 1,500 gold down, right?
Everything released after 12th of May 2014 are bad designs. Yeah, but Braum was also like Braum is fun in some ways. Braum has also been like very, very unbalanced for large parts of existence. You know,
stand behind Braum in win rate.
Compared to other tanks, Braum at least is a do something tank. I think when he was just a, oh, I block everything tank, that was bad. I think particularly on points on release it was. Later on, when Braum became actually I'm a level 1 champion, and actually I'm like an active, like aggressive champion because of passive.
Melee brawler,
that's when he's been good. But I think for a lot of it, release Braum was not good. For that, because he was literally just hyper defensive. No, I was 2015 and also.
Yeah. I think Tom Kent is probably the one I think of when it comes to like defensive sports. We're just unbelievably irritating.
Release Tom Kench was one of the worst design champions in the game. It took them many years to figure out that his Devour cannot be a basic ability.
Nope.
Just cannot be. Because it ended up being like a 30-second cooldown and everything else was off.
Yep.
Yeah, but okay, but realistically, Gnar was not available for any pro games in Season 4, so I consider it a 2015 champion, right? Technically released in 2014, same with like the Scion rework, right? But they weren't available for 2014 game. Pre-rework TK Mobile. It was the most anti-fun champion in the game, I think, because his whole character identity was you don't get to do the fun thing. And I think that is that's just like not good game design. If your design is I reduce your ability to have fun, and I don't really add anything myself, that is bad champion design. It's not the yes and champion design, you know. Which is why stuff like what a good example. Zed actually has decent counterplay comparative because, like, you see where his shadows are.
I think a lot of assassins do. I think it's just not particularly. It's just
what it is.
But it's yeah.
Because like Talon, release Talon. Okay, I have to say probably Rengar is probably the worst of this because he literally just one shots you with a single auto. He was probably the worst.
Yeah, because you can't even like dodge a skill shot because it's an auto attack.
LeBlanc's in a weird spot because like she has a lot of point and click, but she needs to actually hit like chains or chains to kill, and she's so squishy and she can always.
Takes risks by jumping into things as well, which can be quite challenging. Of course, LeBlanc from ahead is very annoying, but you know, actually prior to her getting snowballed, there are tools. I love playing LeBlanc. I think she's great fun.
Yeah. No, yeah, LeBlanc's really cool. Very fun champ. But yeah, again, like she comes with an inherent risk. Well, I mean, Hans has actually managed to get a lot more gold back. This is still now within 1.5 gold, 1.5k gold. This is actually playable for G2. Just the early games are just so bad. Release Echo was a menace. Yeah, his 0 cooldown, 0 cost ultimate.
That was fun. I forgot it was 0 cost.
Yeah, it took them years and years to admit they were wrong about that.
I completely forgot about that.
They didn't give them the cost on that.
They didn't have a reason to risk it earlier on.
Killing LeBlanc is quite satisfying. Exactly right, because killing a Zed, Talon, LeBlanc, it feels good because you've bought into the mind game and the intensity of the 1v1. And if you outplay them, you get a real rush. Which is why I love playing Assassin versus Assassin, but just playing against Assassins is also good for the game.
And there's a conversation Frogson was having as well about high intensity versus low intensity games. It's important that you have both playing in your role, right? You have games where actually you are playing the AD carry versus Kiana, Talon, Rengar, and you're going, oh god, this is survival horror. And you get other games where it's significantly easier, where you're playing into, you know, well, what's a good example? Like you're playing into, you know, a weak ass Cogmore that you've managed to bully out of lane or whatever. That's probably not a great example, but you know what I mean. But you've got other games that you get to play super smoothly. You've got Ashe Seraphine, the enemy lane is just not managing to do stuff, and you've had a really chill game where you just get to play your game without.
It's like playing mid lane versus a Malzahar is not the same as playing like a Kiana Zed or something.
Yeah, and you want both experiences. You might prefer one or the other, but it's important you have both.
A lot of damage, and especially like if Jace does.
Has body blocks with the shield, nice.
You know,
Infetch done for Berserker.
Again, I'm going to be.
Well, there will be 2 item spikes here in general. Top lane is. I mean, if BB can get Voltaic here, that's nice. Because then you've got Scout of the Week plus Voltaic kind of nasty poke combos.
You have a little bit of sustain from Barb, but it's not a crazy amount.
No. And then chunking, and honestly, Olaf is a good target for chunking because he needs to play on a knife's edge, and so any ability to reduce his skill set. Hang on, this gets scary for Hand. Watch Saint.
You lose tab, it's not that scary. You still have wild growth too. You're there too. You're realistically not dying. How long is Skumon Smite's cooldown? Okay. He's got both charges. You're up in 15. Did G2 give this? Can they trade for anything?
They might want to shove mid, yeah.
Rise is there.
Yeah, they're not interested, I think, in the dragon. They just want to get shoved through mid.
Position.
And Labrov, mate. He's got wild growth as well. He's dead. Olaf does survive.
Yeah, but I'm just good at hang on, this isn't bad. It's 1v1. Basically, the Olaf is out. Skumon gets a good angle. They almost got 2 for 1 there, but they do lose dragon. That's actually not awful for G2. Could have been worse for us.
You get flash ghost off Dokes, ghost off Saint for trade. But you cost like multiple flash of your own, to be fair.
Dokeless down by summons. I think that's a good enough win. They very, very nearly killed Dokler here.
And so if you get hit with the Bard ultimate, it's guaranteed Caitlyn trap. Look, Berserker puts it down now, so there's going to be so much damage. Pillar to separate. Inspired's going to give him a bite.
That's all. I mean, both carries stand on top of each other. Not gonna lie, it's the aggro thing again. Oh, it's so close.
Exactly.
Tiny amount of healing came in.
Yeah. It's the heal from Bard, I think.
100 HP. Caps has stacks now. Caps would have killed if he'd taken the fight now, because he would have had his ult execute.
Damn. Realm War?
Isn't this the weakest stage of Rise?
He's got people coming, actually.
He's very good.
Yeah, he is, but they might be able to get saved for it.
He has flash. So no. He also has Saras. He has flash and he has Saras. He's not dying.
Lion pushing in this top wave, poised to take down the tier 2 tower.
That's a vision diff and not respecting Realm War.
Does have 5 people here, but they've used most.
And also Caitlyn, yeah, I know we talked about this a lot, but Caitlyn doesn't have nearly as bad a dip as she used to do.
No, she doesn't. Yeah,
like, Caitlyn had 2 items with stuff like Collector or Hex Optics. Hang on, they still don't have vision here. Yes, Ron.
Skew! Nearly survived. Skew's dead for it. Shit, is that Baron?
Yeah, well, maybe not Baron.
A bit low for it.
Oh, Lyon is taking 3 kills everywhere, man.
It's because they're trying to fight for vision and just dying every time they do.
The first one onto Caps.
At least they're trying to fight for it, but
3,000 gold down now.
Had Trundle pillared and gotten the flash early. They get that pick. They turn to 1 more inside the jungle.
Skemon's actually getting some decent cyclones off. The follow-up's not there.
Inspired's also got Spirit Visage now, so he's actually just got crazy healing in these fights. Man, I wonder actually whether Skew has to ult again towards Isles to at least go 1 for 1 there. Like, I don't think you're getting out.
I think he thinks that maybe a Shock Blast comes in immediately. They did. I think if you have Shock Blast there, you immediately kill 1. Yeah. But I guess they weren't ready for that. I don't understand the Jace angle. It was a first pick, and they were trying to go for like double poke or something. But yeah,
he is up 60 CS, to be fair.
Yeah, he is. He is. I mean,
I don't. The Jace hasn't been the issue this game.
No, he's played it out finally. Is it like a good Jace game? No, not yet, but it's not bad.
Yeah, like the Jace in game at least hasn't been the issue. The issue has been Inspired getting crazy value early. The issue has been actually the fact that Berserk has gotten crazy fed off Inspired's play. I think also Saint is now 1,000 gold up, and Saint has largely, for my money, been outplaying Caps, who has been a bit absent this series.
And it does feel like Lyon is currently playing with the sense of calm, so they're taking the small wins, and they're just slowly accumulating them. 2 Drakes right now. Next Drake,
I mean, Jace has got 3 grubs, he's got teleport, there's a world where you just play to get gold and stuff here. And again, between Caps and BB, you have actually got quite good burst poke combos. It needs to land onto good members, though.
GT feels destroyed in the series, yeah, because they've never really managed to get a good setup. Lion have beaten them to punch on the setup.
And their vision control's just been so much better.
Yeah,
I think that trying to face check the bush and then getting Bard ultied and being a combo target. It's even hard for Skumon. You know, when Skumon is left alone,
he's just not gone Muramana, has he? He's went literally Ghostblade, Voltaic with the tear in inventory.
You're gonna need to sync up and like rotate.
I don't mind it. You need the Ghostblade for them. You can't do Muramana.
You know, use everything at their disposal, and Syndra combos with long range.
Got the heal.
Oh, heal and Rocket.
Nice Rocket Belt to get out from the Tempered Fate.
Rocket Belt's pretty good versus Bard.
Yeah, man, Locket really eats up that Syndra ultimate right there. It felt like he just stopped taking damage.
I liked Collector on release when it executed minis of Junk Time. It also executed Baron as well, which is really not fair.
How do they really get through any of those tanks to Trundle?
Yeah, Collector was really broken when it executed everything. It gave a lot of bugs to the game too, though. It like randomly execute stuff which just like wasn't targetable normally.
can set up big comebacks. Look at this. You've got the Olaf waiting in the wings there.
Actualized enough for Saint.
These flank angles. He's going to back off.
See, the comp from G2 is really long range, but they are at threat of like Bard ult plus, you know.
Okay, into the river. They're in the river first. Oh my god.
Yeah, the range advantage. You've got poke. Helps. Caps has TP if he gets chunked out.
And now it's Lyon who
Actually,
has to be a little bit
pretty...
careful on the approach.
Ooh, actually, the shot blast misses well. And now, because they lose, they leave their position to try and look for that poke. They don't get in the river now.
Where's Dokes? Oh, I see him now.
I see him now. He doesn't have flash. He does have ghost.
They know they have to mark the flanker, but can they kill him? Dokes waiting for Broken Blade, now ulting, looking for the
bloody hell! Flash out, excuse there now.
He
just gets his ult refresh on the clone. Jace can teleport back in, but at least there's no ghost, no ult on... And they're not taking Dragon at the same time.
Oh wait, they're leaving, they're going topside. What are we doing, guys?
Pushing mid, they don't feel like they can contest with Jace out of position. They can teleport back in with Jace, they maybe just say they give up Dragon here.
Are they thinking about setting up around Baron?
Let's see about this.
Dragon's yeah, they can't go back.
Oh, yeah. Rapid fire auto there. Yep.
They basically, Broken Blade was completely chunked out and burned his flash, so they have to concede the Drake after Dokla just takes on 2.
They give up too much positioning, look for the poke. So of course they're afraid of the flank. Oh,
he's flashing. And fake. He's dead. Scatter weak. Scatter. Trap. He's dead.
Oh,
yep.
Jesus.
Yep, that's Baron.
Nasty. Well, now that's maybe
G2, they
maybe that's the Baron angle.
Bard ultis and Realm Warps, and now the Baron.
GS is going to TP in. I feel like they're going to have to try and stop this.
Caps is in like bad stun activity.
Yeah.
Wukong is over the wall, actually. Hang on. Excuse me.
He can. Pull off it. It's a bit spicy, Lyon.
They're flipping this. That's not good for them, actually.
No, they're holding it at 3k. Berserker trying to get to Caps. Can't.
He gets an ult. Caps now.
Fuck me.
It's all on screen. He's just got a steal. He has to get like a miracle steal now.
Lion determined to take the objective.
They're not having the most fun. Oh, he's just going to rush it. They can't get him.
They
can't get him.
They should have.
Hands can't get it. There's a big shield. Oh, Hands dead as well. Oh, G2. What are we doing, guys? And the healing. Spirit Visage healing as well. Look at Inspired's healing. Oh, nice. I just one down mid and end.
I know you're G2 fans, but it's a bit disheartening with how down you are. The all series. We're in the G2 office wearing GT jerseys, and they just beat T1. There are plenty of people watching from an NA perspective, and apologies if you're here from like the NA perspective. Like I do understand that, but you know,
I've been trying.
Yeah. 2.5 seconds in this one. LeBron falls.
I mean, Inspired's been a monster, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And Berserker's actually had a very good series.
By the way, I can understand that, ML. I do understand that, but realistically, you know, we are literally wearing allegiances on the shirts here today. So apologies if that's the case, but
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, again, I've tried to pick up line where I can, to be fair. I get it's been a bit spoiled. Because again, it's like, it's a bit... I think the thing is, I was hoping for it to be more of a contest. I think for sure.
This is just a straight 3-0 without much of a contest. Yeah. Lion's legit. Yeah, they are. I think their early game prep's been really good. I think that G2, their early game has been very, very lacking here, which sucks. It really, really sucks. I think that their drafts have been not fantastic. I think that the early game prep has been the bit which has been really disappointing. Like their level 1 wards have not spotted Inspired enough. I think that Skewmond, who was really, really good earlier in the year, has really struggled here.
The luchador mask.
There for Inspired allows him to take so much damage and heal up at every subsequent
now
kill.
7,500 gold up. I mean, Caps has also just not had a good series, I think.
With the Bloodthirster to immune the poke from Broken Blade, you hit him, maybe you get the shield. If you do get the shield, he can life steal up. 9,000 gold lead. Lion.
Why is Rey Mysterio in Korea? He's everywhere, man. And also, Caps has just been diffed by Saint. I think that Caps has not done nearly enough into Saint. Yep, even with Saint picking into not great matchups, I think he's done way better than I expected him to.
Yeah, I think G2 have had worse drafts to date by a significant margin. I think Saint's been better than Caps, and actually we've had that conversation earlier today about how Saint turns up in the first game tends to be how he turns up the rest of the series. He turned up really well in the first game and has kept going. The Silas was great. He's played on from there. I think bot lane's diff with some good assistance from Inspired. I think that the Isles and Inspired have made... Okay, doesn't lose flash. Well, he didn't have flash to lose, but yeah, okay, fair play. It's not too bad. Oh, don't have the damage. Don't have the damage. You just don't have damage, man. Oh, come on. What a great Caitlyn game. Hang on, not bad. Sonya's. He doesn't have flash. Mikhail's tail. Berserker. What an... I think that's his game. No, I think they just killed turrets. Can they... They have Syndra flash ults. Ooh! Muramana kills there. Maybe flash stun. Caps' next cooldowns could maybe get a kill. Nothing. Bit of a waste. Bit of a waste there. Okay.
Will they try to extend the play?
Sucks. Skewmon and Lavrov play so bad. Yeah, not a great series from Lavrov. Not a great series from Skewmon. I think Lavrov had a great tournament up until this point. But the thing is, you know, there's a lot of questions about the path Lyon took to get here. To beat G2, you can put to bed a lot of those kind of questions, right? You know, this is a decisive victory. Winning best of fives is not an easy thing to do. You know, you don't fluke best of 5 wins that much.
No, you don't. And again, Lyon aren't a team that make very many mistakes, particularly at this stage in the game. You know, their issue has been the fact they're quite slow. So at this point, I think they're going to be really struggling to get value here. But you look at the difference in supports here. We've got like or like in support jungle specifically, we've got 2 and 10 from G2 this game from Skew and Lavrov. And I think to be fair, Skew has at least had 1 or 2 moments, but I think Lavrov in general. But how many times have you been caught out by Bard ult now? How many times have G2 in general been very defensive on the play? Like flash, they could have flashed out a number of ults.
Lavrov getting caught by Bard ult is not something I'm going to blame him for. I think that's a draft problem. I think that's an early game problem. Once you lose the early game and you lose the pressure, you don't get the vision fighting. Fighting back for vision is hard as a Lulu into a Bard. Yeah. And especially with a Trundle as well. Because Trundle, Pillar, and Bard ult kind of instant.
Okay, not bad.
Nice. That's one. Isles had a pretty good series though on the whole.
Yeah, because I actually think Isles and Inspired have diff pretty heavily this game, or this series in general.
He runs our region.
He does. I mean, in fact, I had a podcast recently, well, about a month ago, I guess at this point, basically saying, okay, who are the Bonjoirs of each region? You know, the ones who stand above everyone else. Like, they are clearly the best player in the region. They do it for a long enough time that it's just become, they have an era, right? Knight has that in the LPL. He is the Bonjoir of the LPL. I think he's probably the only one which qualifies based on time. He, flashed it.
Oh, he's dead.
Ace I don't think they can fight without Syndra damage. But Inspired is the NA Bonjour, weirdly. He is. Inspired has run NA for like years at this point. Yeah. Had a core JJ era before. He's really good. I'm not sure he qualifies as that.
I think he basically double lift had to joined him. No, I think it does because we had the double lift and then Core had
double lift and Bjergsen kind of like shared.
And then you had Core and Danny, and everyone Core and Danny, Core and Tactical rather. Oh, hang on, Saint dead.
Too far. Okay. Okay, but they don't have Syndra. Is that too far?
Berserker's still untouched. Berserker's still... Oh, not anymore!
Fire cannon, man! They need to regen like insta. They need to regen insta, man. They can't end the game. Even with Infernal Soul, they can't quite end the game there. Hell, man. BB won't get a freebie like Doran was. That's a little harsh to Doran, right? I think that Doran obviously had that. He had a really good start to the Olaf game, right? Obviously later it wasn't great, but he
I will say I think Doka's played better than Doran did in the series versus BB.
I mean, also, like, look, Doran has had an awful tournament. He did. You can't deny that. There is a meaningful conversation to have that.
Bush.
Yeah, Flash is on both his bot laners.
He's a murder machine waiting in that brush. He's probably recalled. He's recalled. Observers, please.
No, he's in there, buddy. They're both in there.
Good ward. Okay.
They can rush this.
They can rush it. They get this. How quick do they get the recalls up? Okay, alright. G2 is starting to get some clutch back into it. Okay, can they get quick recalls? I think they can. I don't think they can.
Swords in the base?
Can they get this? No, it's happening. Okay. Well, so they have like one teleport. They don't have Rob.
Yeah, you're right. I was just a bit nervous because at this stage in the game when you've got an inhibitor down and the Nexus turrets are at half, you get stressy.
Okay, so G2, can they survive through to, I don't even know what that is, TFC, but thank you for being streak, appreciate that. Okay, holding on with the fingernails. Can they actually leave their base? Can they get them vision control back? If they get vision control, they can play around poke. The problem was they lost so hard so early, it's What Cyril does. Caps is at least at 4. I just think Nymaera is going to really struggle to hit someone like Berserker. Berserker is 9-0. He's in a pace scenario. Though, to be fair, G2 did just beat a Giga-fed pentakill Caitlyn just the other day. Dokes.
Yeah, this could actually... Just don't stand your carries on top of each other.
Okay, spot him.
Keep your eyes on
oh
that
God!
Be the go sign.
Okay. Well, you've got 2 minutes until Elder. If they can get mid turret, it really helps. Can they actually get it though? Not sure. Dirk's still playing for long.
Skew's at half.
I feel like if he comes from that angle, he just doesn't have enough unseen vision.
Skew's down at half, and the death dance takes him down to like a third. I think Skew needs GA/Aranduin something.
I do get going the DD because he up front those. I don't think GA helps. You can't get GA into Caitlyn very well.
He walks up.
Yeah, those are G2 player names, I get that now. Caitlyn is Thanos, if Caps can't get to it, maybe, but then you can never get to him if Dokla's doing his job, right?
It is devastating.
What does Hans go 5th here? It has to be LDR, no?
Yeah.
But then he really needs to be...
Or you can go for Molt Reminder for the anti-heal onto Tron.
Yeah, with the Noon Quiver, I think it has to be Lord Doms then, doesn't it? I think Executioners plus Last Whisper is mortal. I don't think there's a Noon Quiver in there.
Saint's been an absolute monster this series. He has, yeah, it's been a very good series from Saint. Turret doesn't die.
Oh my God, what HP is that on?
It'll die to 1 auto. In fact, you can actually walk up and just do that whenever. So once Lyon are out of position...
Cap's got Death Cap.
Labrov, he has flash.
Pillar.
He should be okay. He has flash, he's okay.
Oh, stun.
Not bad from Caps. That's good from Caps. Nice, that's good. Good damage check. Good DPS check.
Good damage.
Lyon really careful not to
back.
Yeah.
Maybe looking for poke.
Doesn't land it.
So, I mean, the game is telling us objective
because there is a range thing here for G2, isn't there? The Kate's annoying on that front.
You have Syndra Jace, so you have long range skills, less long range like all the time.
Yeah, that's basically that, exactly.
Does that a vision again?
Sorry, you phrased that better than I did, but that's kind of good immediate cleanse. Oh no! Duck's alive! And they killed Labrov. Oh, Saint's gonna pop him. Saint's gonna pop him. Saint's gonna pop him.
Just like that.
It's disgusting. Realmore forward to ensure
Actualizer, baby. Credit to Lyon.
And so the story of G2 ends. Now, it doesn't erase how incredible the T1 victory was, but Lyon, I mean, credit to them. I overlooked them. I think they prepped better. I think they drafted better. But today, and perhaps for a while, NA is better than EU.
Lyon taking their time, making it look damn good. Sweep G2 out of this tournament.
Inspired dancing and waving.
In honor of G2, I'm going to go to the toilet and shit myself.
I think for Inspired against G2 has talked openly.
Be right back.
But sends him home from MSI 2 years in a row.
Wow.
With 2
Saint Gap Caps.
And it's just a reminder,
Inspired was really superb. Labrov was absent.
One team can just show up on the day and make all the difference. I think every single role, it felt like there was a tangible gap between these two teams, which after that T1 series, people may not have anticipated, but the NA faithful well and truly rewarded an incredible performance from Lyon.
This team is playing with so much confidence, and Inspired has full swagger right now. He is trying to turn himself into the biggest possible villain, but he is just continuing to win.
He's hushing the crowd. He's planning the games, the well-laid plans here, and the well-executed plans from Lyon on top of it.
G2, a sad goodbye. We'll hold on to the series against T1, but this was not the exit that they were looking for. That's enough from us here at the caster desk. Let's send it over to the analysts to talk about this clean 3-0 from Lyon.
I've got 2 words.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I think he might be. I think I'd still take Caps over him, but Inspired's a monster. Inspired's a monster.
Really fun to watch. I mean, hats off to G2. They are a great opponent. Obviously, today not their day. I don't want to, punch down, but
you can.
I feel like Lyon just. I'd rather celebrate Lyon. I feel like they played so well, and I'm so impressed with the individuals stepping up here at the big moments. Isles had an incredible series. I think that was one of the big shockers is coming into this. people had said, Labrov, myself included, played insane against T1, but Isles was having more of an impact, and Lion's preparation, I think, was stellar. They were able to set up matchups where Isles could really thrive.
Yeah, great prep. Saint had a superb series.
Dokla was
Bye-bye. Oh, no.
And that
Inspired. No, I don't like that.
Once again, he does it.
Man.
2 years in a row against G2. 2 sweeps. It is Inspired once again. Not the same teammate standing by his side, but he keeps on beating us all the time. Like, yeah, I have no words for how good this guy is and for how good he is at helping his team shine, because I feel like every Lyon member today had something to show. You've talked about Isles. Honestly, props to them because they kept on ramping up throughout the entire tournament. Sure, G2 didn't show up, but this Lyon team has been amazing.
Yeah, and I think you
Oh man, I love that from Inspired. Full Villa mode.
in every single game, right?
Cue the Yama cutie pipe cloak. Oh yeah.
Super patient. They dragged out the pace.
Inspired's really good, but he's also kind of a shit. I mean, yes, absolutely he is.
Next game, Adjusts is super active on the map. Game 3, he's doing an insane wraparound gang.
I wasn't a massive fan of the G2 drafts. I think they looked really off kilter from the early game. Some decent-ish recoveries in mid, but like they were setting themselves up for such difficult positions.
He always adjusts so well to his.
He literally told his team to wave at them. Oh,
every
nah.
single member just outperformed G2 though. Like, it did not matter what part of the map I looked like.
Yeah. I mean, I think BB probably was the closest, but everyone else got gapped. And Doke still did a really good job, basically, from saying, look, this is fine.
And the mid jungle was just significantly stronger. Like, even Caps versus Saint. Saint on that Silas in game 1 ripped through G2.
I mean, and I think the Rise as well was better by facing his margin. The Victor was dangerous. Like, I think Saint had a killer. I mean, Inspired probably ends up with MVP here, but I think it's a real shout-out deserved over to Saint as well, who was really good.
T1 just underperformed. You have to credit the team that plays well on the day. It does take really good play.
What'd you wake up to? Lyon smashing G2, Nami. That's what you woke up to.
To punish a team as good as T1. So I think we have to credit the victors in both series.
I would love to see what
Yes, they wanted to go further, but they have beaten 3 LCK teams this year in best of 5s, which is absolutely incredible.
Thanks for making it better, buddy.
And I mean, I am just so excited. I mean,
same.
It's maybe I am living in the moment, but I do think, including formats, I think this is one of the best 100% ever. I mean.
Dokla 1-2 counter pick matchups. Okay, I mean, the Olaf is a counter into Jace. What was the game 2? He definitely lost pretty heavily in the Anivia versus Renekton matchup. He still found ways to be useful, but he did still lose. He was meant to, but he still lost. What was game 2 again?
Yeah, we did lose.
It's a great day.
The Astro, no. Yeah, that one was good. That one was good. Though in fairness, that one was, I think also G2 played into that one quite poorly. He was down like 1,000 gold, Trinity, which I think is losing heavily. Like 10-15 CS plus like 2-3 plays plus 1,000 gold and 2 kills. So, you know, that's losing heavily. So yeah, he was down 1,000 gold after the 15-minute mark, which is losing heavily. Exactly, he still found a way to win the game, yeah. Then again, and then also in the Jace v Olaf match where the Olaf should beat the Jace, he was down on that one. So that's not so great. The kills weren't from him. That's not really the point, right? Like he still got significant value. That's fine. That counts. Like Gank King still counts.
I think it's pretty obvious answer. I think sending G2 home feels way better.
Yes, Inspired.
G2를 집에 보내서 기분이 너무 좋다고 합니다. 사실은 G2의 기세가 매우 대단했습니다. 오늘 어떤 점이 잘
If Lyon now beat HLE.
그리고 3대0 승리 예상하면서 경기장에
오셨는지
여쭤보겠습니다. Well, G2 was also in a great
Inspired just was asked the question, what's more important to you, being the last hope of the West or beating sending G2? And I think it's pretty obvious, sending G2 home, which is just incredible. Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom quickly.
Really lucky to win yesterday. I think
we bring out the Hopium. I don't think HLE will be losing. I don't think HLE would have lost to either of these two.
Oh god. Honestly, I wasn't surprised by anything. I expected them to kind of do nothing in the games, and they were doing nothing. So
Jesus, man.
Easy. 우리가 더 강한 팀이기 때문에 당연히 우리가 이렇게 쉽고 깔끔하게 3대0 승리할 것이라고 예상했다고 합니다. 사실은 저번 T1전에서 G2가 그냥 운이 좋아서 어쩌다가 승리를 가져온 것뿐이지.
I always take Inspired over Skewmon. Don't think Skewmon can carry his teammates like Inspired can. I mean, he absolutely can, just not in that series. He did it first stand. Worlds last year, I thought that Skewmon was better than Inspired. Obviously not today. Obviously not today.
깔끔한 3대0 경기 가져갔다고 합니다. 오늘 사실 많은 분들이 또 서양 최고의 정글러의 만남이죠.
Dude, what happens if Lyon, like, hang on. If Lyon actually, like, if they win tomorrow, they actually get 4 seeds for their region at Worlds, by the way. Like, what the hell?
What was the most
Crazy.
important thing going into this jungle matchup?
Not sure. I didn't really focus who I'm versing. I was just playing, having good plans, trying to predict enemy plays.
It'd be ridiculous, I know, but like you have to. The fact is, we actually have to now prepare for that. Half of the NA teams could go to Worlds if Lyon pull out, you know, a legendary tier upset versus HLE. That would be utterly insane. What? How you doing, Rack, by the way? Oh, God. I actually made an okay sprint Narita Taishin yesterday. I got a sprint S Taishin. I don't think it has the stats quite. I don't think I can use it for. I don't think I can use it for TM. I did get Daring Strike and stuff too, but yeah. You're loving life after the series. Hey, well, your Oast boy got it right. Isles had a great series too. He was the better support. He was good.
Who do you think is the best jungler in the West now?
I mean, for me, it wasn't a debate for a long time. I think I'm the best since a few years already, but...
I don't think that was true at first stand, and I don't think that was true at Worlds last year.
So yeah,
it is now. Obviously, it's true now. But
the competition is far away.
I think at first stand and at Worlds last year, I think Skewmon was the better jungler. I think that's a bit reductive. Obviously, you can do it. Wake of his parade. Hey, be confident though. Be confident. Inspired's had a hell of a run, right?
언제나 내가 서양 최고의 정글러다라는 생각을 가지고 있었고 오늘 이렇게 다시 한번 경기로 너무 쉽게 증명할 수 있어서 좋았다고 합니다. 다음 경기에서 다음 대회에서 또 한번 이렇게 매첩이 성사돼서 한번 또
The only thing you can take away from this tournament is that the LPL is the deepest region by far currently. Well, I mean, obviously top East was the great. This is the problem. Is it just BLG or is it actually, you know, LPL? That's one of the things that we have to assess.
하나생명 e스포츠를 상대하실 예정인데요. 각오 한마디 들어보겠습니다. Now next up is the final gate to the finals and you will be facing the #1 seed from the LCK, Hana Life Esports. What is your mindset heading onto that match?
Fair play, Sarah. Fair play.
Sure. I mean, they are really good at fighting. They're very aggressive. So we definitely
LPL has IG, so it's the deepest region. Yeah, and that goes all the way down to Group Nirvana for sure.
Then they will probably run over us. And I think just trying to force maybe some early game fights. I think that's what they made mistakes against BLG. I think they took some fights that were not
Skewmon has had way better teammates than Inspired. It's pretty similar actually. I don't think Inspired has had a bad roster for years.
So if we keep the game slow and let them just play laning phases out.
I think he probably has had better teammates. Yeah, because he's, you know, but I don't think Inspired has had bad teammates. I don't think it's that. Yeah.
That should be our best.
I don't think that's like a huge mark in Inspired's favor because he still had, you know, the FlyQuest roster was. This roster is probably weaker on. It is weaker on paper. It is. But I don't think these players are bombs. You know, they're good. It's definitely has better teammates. It's just, you know, in relativity, I don't think it's like the biggest thing. Putting BB on lack of agency champions is questionable. I don't think that was necessarily true though, no? I mean, Yasuo has agency, it's meant to win the side lane, he didn't though, which is a problem.
그러면 게임을 계속 천천히 가져가다 보면 한생명 e스포츠가 너무 잘 성장해서 경기가 좀 불안해질 수도 있기 때문에 이런 초반에 많은 난전을 유도하는 식으로 게임 승리 플랜을 가져가 보도록 하겠다고 합니다.
Well, that was a series of all time. I'll go.
여기까지가 인스파이어드 선수였습니다. 감사합니다.
For sure. Okay, folks, thanks for watching us today. We're gonna go spam Opera GX links and stuff like that again. If you want to support the stream, and I apologize for the tone today. I am aware that we were very G2 favored. We were very G2 favored, and I understand that. I hope that wasn't like detracting for people who are watching from the NA side of things. We're G2 fans. You know, they treat us well. We like them. We're actually filming from their, we're streaming from their office right now. I won't apologize for supporting them, but obviously I can understand how that might be negative for some people's viewing experience, and I hope that wasn't too bad for you all. Anyway, when we watch LPL, obviously we'll have a little bit more passion. Does mean that actually tomorrow, I'm actually very neutral though. I'm very neutral. Back to BLG on Sunday? Yep. I'll change jerseys for that day. I'm more worried for your safety if you're not G2 favored. Hey, they were very good sports about me not murdering me when I wore a BLG jersey around first stand, you know? Yeah. Oh, that sucks for G2. I do really feel for them. T1 did have a bad series, but I think realistically, draft prep and level 1 prep was just not fit for purpose from G2. I think that the level 1 wards weren't good enough. And level 1 tracking across jungle pathing and then thereafter was very poor.
We'll get him over here.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this series though. Like,
tomorrow you're torn because you're an LCK fan by Boris NA? Yeah, sure, absolutely. I mean, part of me is like, I kind of want Lyon to win, partly because it'd just be very funny, and also it means that like I trust BLG to beat Lyon more than HLE a second time. So I think HLE, if they bounce back, are going to be really, really scary.
I thought they actually the victory that they had, obviously they won, but like I didn't think it was like super dominant way that
no, I think that
mainly from draft. So as long as we had a good draft, I thought we'd be playing better. And
the drafts were really good.
So that was my expectation going in, and I don't think I was going to get like counterpicked in lane like by a Kled, the Yasuo, nice try. You know, I've seen it a million times. So yeah, I was pretty confident going in.
We were talking about how EU versus NA, of course, is always an ego matchup, especially when you look at the two psychopaths you guys have in the jungle on your side and on G2's side. You played so methodical, controlled the entire series. How hard was it to like fight those urges, maybe to prove a point, playing
your hate of Labrov is justified now? Labrov was one of the key reasons they beat T1. Wait, Zareth, why do you hate Labrov? Wait, is there like a history to it?
It's a little hard once we like.
Because as far as Amori, he's a very chill bloke. He's not done anything controversial. He's actually quite a nice guy from what I know. And I think he's had some pretty good top tier series. I think he's quite clearly best European support. Oh, did the clean feed die again? Sometimes this does this at the end of the broadcast. Go switch over to the browser stream.
Okay, everyone's like,
yeah, do it that way instead.
Settle down a little bit. You can see the heart's pounding a bit. How crazy was it though in those final moments? Because you guys.
I wrote for a watch where no one redeemed anything. Oh, I guess you'll wear whatever. I mean, okay. I don't have fraud wall set up on this PC right now. I'll do that for tomorrow. Better than Busio? Yeah, he's been better than Busio. Yeah. Busio I actually think was quite.
Slowly chip them over time. So
I think Busio was actually quite disappointing.
Relatively no mobility carries. We found a good angle on Syndra, and after that the fight was just wrapped. So it was mainly like, yeah, we threw, but we were still confident that
you haven't used your fraud roll request yet. That's true. Flab, you can do this with as you wish. But G2 and fraud we can do. I'm sorry, Flab, we can do.
Then it should be fine for us.
You made a super no, Duro, because you presented zero analysis of any of your predictions. You just say something outlandish and hope it happens. And analyze, for God's sake, Duro. Analyze.
Set you guys up as well for success. What do you think?
You can't just say shit and then just reap the rewards. You must show you're working.
Shock called everything.
No points for partial answers.
Really vision on how we're
going to play fraud wall. I thought you used yours, but sure, we can give it another one. What about IG? Well, they're currently in Nirvana, so you know. It works for Reddit though. Yes, and I have issues with Reddit too.
Didn't play quite so well. I think you actually would have won player of the series. I thought you were going.
So also saw it in the dream. At least if you say you saw it in a dream, that has like some basis to it.
But the whole team really stepped up. I felt like today.
They call me the Oracle. No, you completely wrongly predicted round 1. I think you were like 0 for 4 in like round 1, weren't you?
Myself included, I guess, were less confident in Isles on some of the meta picks like Pike and Camille and stuff, but I felt like you guys did a good job of actually setting up.
Yeah, we implemented a no rule, no Pike.
No Pike. Wow, that's something.
I'm not gonna say more, but
we don't have player of the series, but we have a Riftbound pack for you.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, there you go.
Amazing. I hope
it's okay. We see IG plays 6 games, 6 series. Wait, was it only single round robin? I thought it was double round robin. I thought it was double round robin.
Because I thought it was interesting that
you predicted G2 versus top Esports. Okay, so you were 1 for 4 in round 1.
Teams were going to just focus on having more of
it is a double round robin and oh sorry, it is 3 times 2. Wait, oh yeah, because there's only 4 teams. Of course, there's only 4 teams in oh no. What would be your ideal Western roster if you had to handpick all 5 roles? You still probably take Caps mid.
They did have a really good roam. They had a couple really
Is this anyone who's playing in the West or just Western players not including non-residents?
Good job, team.
So congrats, you smurfed it. Now you have HLE.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, so we fluked our way to top 3.
So I
we
still probably would take like
and now we play the big
caps.
boss. I mean, Hanwha Life is.
I think you change
they made
hands.
G2 look extremely silly. So.
And I think there's an argument now between Skewmon and Inspired on current form. On current form, you take Inspired, right?
We'll take the challenge, you know.
Thoughts on Zeus up there in the top lane?
Yeah, he's
Hang on, you're picking him to 4 for 4 round 1?
He's really good, even. so it's gonna be hard for sure. I don't
Oh, it's
think
round 2 then. Yeah, yeah. But lower bracket, didn't you predict Fury over T1? And didn't you predict Lyon? Didn't you predict Lyon to beat BLG? Didn't you predict that? Didn't you?
I mean, their landing
yeah,
was just
I
so
thought that was the
aggressive,
case.
You know, if they get,
Didn't you also say Secret Wells over HLE?
Really easy for them to snowball.
I thought you said that. Because in chat you were saying things anyway. I can't remember all of it. Legit question, who did G2 look worse against, HLE or Lyon? I think they actually looked...
Maybe we can make something happen.
Or magic in the team fight.
Yeah.
In some ways, they looked worse against Lyon. Because I think their drafts were worse. Their drafts were better against Lyon, but their... No, sorry, their drafts were better against HLE, but their laning was worse because they were just bashed around.
I'm excited for
I think the level 1 prep...
deleted by Hanwha Life.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah. Ideal Western roster, I need to think about that, because I need to think about the synergies between stuff, right?
It's a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity, I will say, just to play against the best teams in the world on stage,
and think how cool it would
I think you do still have to pick caps, I think, just for weight of average.
That's it.
It's
3 more
only
nexuses. 3 more nexuses.
Support I'd struggle with.
3-0 3-0 one way or another.
Yeah.
I know that G2 just lost, but you still have to pick a lot of G2 members in there. I don't know if you pick ANS. And if you're taking just people that play with an LCS, I mean, Berserker is really, really good.
And Shox is standing by backstage with Broken Blade in the Verizon post-game interview.
Oh, I do want to hear this, actually. I do.
Broken Blade, it's the end of the road here for G2 at MSI, and I think not many European fans had seen it coming like this, so what went wrong?
Sound? Oh shit, sorry. One sec. Sorry, I forgot I wasn't on the scene, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, no, sorry, my bad.
We didn't see the G2 that
yeah, no, I got it.
The resilience and the calm to come back.
I forgot that I didn't have audio on the scene from desktop.
So why do you think you couldn't activate that G2 today?
I mean, I think it's something that we are working on, because it also does happen in the regular season where we drop our momentum a little bit. I think this is something I think we've gotten better at. Our resilience in the team and like how we handle like unpredictable games, basically, I think is something that we want to just get like a lot better at. And I think today just was a challenge that we couldn't overcome. I think they played very good, very unpredictable. They did some weird stuff that we couldn't answer very well, and their team fought better, and it was very hard today.
Yeah. What do you take away from the totality of this tournament, and perhaps also the earlier part of the year where you did get some results that you worked really hard for and that were really big for you guys as a team? How do you take the correct things from that, knowing that your schedule is going to be crazy from now on?
I mean, for us, I mean, we know that our peak is very high, and we need to work on being more consistently getting those performances out of each other. And I think, yeah, I mean, we've shown a lot already that we can beat a lot of strong teams, but we can also lose to teams that are perceived weaker. So for us, again, we need to be a bit more consistent on the team play side. Other than that, I think I would say the tournament was a success in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, we wanted to push harder. We wanted to obviously win, and it was looking very winnable from the last series. That gave us a lot of hope and morale, and obviously we are very upset. And I mean, we didn't want to go out this way. At least we wanted to make it very competitive. So I'm also sorry for every European fan who was watching and cheering for us, which is definitely a bit devastating.
Yeah, we support you no matter what. You all know that. Can I get a word from you about Lyon versus HLE tomorrow? Because as you said, paying the respects to how well they have played today. If they show up like this tomorrow, right? How competitive do you think that can be?
For me, I think it will depend on how HLE will perform on the day, because I'm a bit biased here, but they did stomp us very hard, so they would definitely have to perform very, very well. And I think HLE will have to underperform, because I think HLE is a very very strong team.
Okay.
Especially on an individual level, I think all the laners.
Yeah, sometimes the strategy just doesn't work, and you just get
skilled,
outplayed individually.
Outplay you. So if they get that, they get leads through that basically, and then they snowball that very well. As for Lyon, I do think they got leads even against the good teams. Yeah, I can't be salty because
I know
we lost to them.
It sucks.
I mean, I would love for them to beat an Eastern team, so they can talk back to us, you know.
Exactly.
Obviously, right now they can talk back to us. We lost.
Yeah, you're allowed to flame us, I guess.
Yeah.
Until the next one.
Until the next time.
Yeah. Thank you, BB.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for watching. I think I'm going to sign out here.
Humble.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you're on YouTube, show's going to end here. If you're on Twitch, we'll find someone to radio over to you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see them again after first stand, after the performance.
Okay, well, that somewhat sucks.
But well, NA is our nemesis, but that's how it is.
Yeah, sometimes it happens like that. I'll send you over the ping. Just ping start streaming. See you in a bit, folks. Bye-bye.
Pretty good. You win this one. You guys win this one.
Shout out to Broken Blade for... Okay!
You take Callisto. I think Callisto was bad at MSI, though, is the thing, too, right?
It's always really
I think
difficult to
the Western AD carry is actually